Good morning, everybody. How are we doing today? I hope you can hear me. I had to mess with some audio settings this morning after the stream together session last week. And yeah, I have no idea. I'm a little frazzled today. I had a weird sleep night and very broken. And basically woke up right before it was time to leave to get here. So I'm just not... Ooh, that was terrifying. Thank you, Out-of-Net. I appreciate that that support. How are you doing? Good morning, or good evening, depending on where you're at. Yeah, I'm just, as usual lately, a little bit tired this morning. It was a very long week last week, and I still have not recovered, so... yeah, we are going to be doing, not porpoises today. This was from last week. I need to make the new little art gem thing really fast, but we are going to be doing figure drawing today. I've decided I'm going to start doing figure drawing days, like warm-up studies that are the human figure based on when we do character camp, which, oh, there, that way you guys can see it, which this afternoon, we'll be doing character camp, although it may be a bit split up because I have some other things I need to work on, so I may only do character camp for maybe the first half. I haven't really decided, but I have a few things I need to get done tonight, so we'll talk about that more later. But anyway, how is everyone? How was your weekend? For those in the US, happy Memorial Day. You might be like, oh, why are you streaming? Don't you have the day off? No, I don't give myself days off. I'm a bad boss. As with most freelancing jobs or independent contractor work, you sort of don't get days off. There is no PTO. Let's see. What am I doing? Figure drawing. Let's see. But the rest of you who are enjoying a day off from your regular 9 to 5, yeah, I hope you have a good one. Let's see. Title. What else do we say? We do lines. I will catch up with chat in just a second. I'm a little behind. Day off, you may count me out. No. That's not what I meant at all. I hope that's not how you took it. Succub and Baspis. Oh, Dangerous Buttons, I got you on this one. No, that's not what I meant. I just meant like being in the studio in general. Being in the studio in general. Some people might be like, oh, aren't you like hanging out at home, relaxing? What I meant was like, no, I'm not doing that. Streaming is not the hardest thing that I do. You guys are fun. I appreciate the company, honestly. It's like a proxy for being social, but no. I have a bunch of work I need to get done today in between streams and after stream. Thankfully, because it's Memorial Day, it means I don't have like appointments I have to run to or anything like that. So at least I can actually work late today if I want to, which is good. Hopefully I can get caught up a little bit. Let's see, what am I doing? Figure drawing this morning. That's all I'm saying. I never know what to say. Nope, not mention. Not doing mentions. Nope. Trying to do a link. I do think it's hilarious how Instagram keeps moving the link button further and further down the list of options. Like you'll forget that you're trying to post a link if it's just not visible. I mean, I guess most people these days are goldfish, but join me. Draw with me. Yeah, that's what we'll say. But yeah, how is everybody? What are you guys up to this weekend? I hope you had a good weekend. I kind of thought about doing a movie night yesterday, but I was so tired. I've been so tired for so long. Oh gosh. Jump scare alien. Well, sorry I didn't jump scare, but here's your alien, baby. Charlie's Dragon, that was very kind. Thank you so much for that resub. Charlie's Dragon, hold on. Wait a minute. Are you in the sub-zoo? If not, would you like to be? Let me pull it up. I honestly can't remember. Let's see. Whew. Let me see if I can find you if you're in here. If you'd like to be in the sub-zoo, anyone who subs in the month of May. Aw, Beats, thank you for using your Prime sub here. My gosh, you guys, thank you. Beats, would you like to be in the sub-zoo? If you would like to, let me know what animal you'd like me to draw you as, and then I can put you in here. And then if anybody's already in here and you'd like to add to your animal, you can gift a sub to do that, or resub if your sub ran out. I'm still working out the kinks on this. This is literally the first time I've ever done something like this, so it's not a perfect system. I have some things I gotta fix and figure out for next month. You'd like to be in the sub-zoo as a caracal. Ooh, that's a good animal. Okay, let me write you down over here. I have actually got a couple I need to do, so we'll be doing this at some point today, but I do want to get the art gym started really quick. Do a little intro to it. Charlie's... I can remember this. You're a caracal. And Beats, what would you like to be? A stag beetle. Of course it's a bug, yeah. Stag beetle. Well, thank you both for your subs. I really appreciate that. Yeah. I gotta work out how this is gonna work for next month, but for anyone who's curious, this is me, the zookeeper, in the middle, if you haven't seen this before. This is something we... Ah! Oh my gosh! Phoenix! Hey, how are you doing? Oh my goodness. I'm so half awake, I don't even know how to say hi properly. How was your stream? Welcome in. I was just adding some names to the sub-zoo. We're doing this thing this month. I'm just trying it out where if people sub, I can draw them a little doodle as an animal. So if you're like, what is this? That's what that is. That's not what we're actually doing today, though. We're actually doing the art gym. I was just getting set up for that. The art gym is something like this where we study anatomy and talk about how to apply it to references. We're going to do figure drawing this morning. So in just a minute, I haven't started yet, but in just a minute, we're going to do some figures and not porpoises. But Fo, how was your stream? You guys, if you're not following Phoenix, make sure that you do. Let me make sure you get a shout out here. Phoenix does art and crochet and like crafting and art and all kinds of things. Also just very, very like chill, calming stream to hang out on. So if you like doing that, go hang out with Fo. You saw figure drawing and clicked. Aw, well, thank you so much for bringing your community here. I can introduce myself, but I'd love to see what you got up to. If you have anything you want to share, feel free to drop a link or a photo of what you made, or if you don't have time for that, that's okay too. But I really appreciate the raid, and I hope you're doing well. Yeah, so for anyone who's not been here before, I need to make lunch? No worries, no worries. But yeah, this is the kind of stuff I tend to do. I'm mostly a digital illustrator for anyone who's not been here before, so this is my work. If you want to check out my socials before, I know some people have to raid and run probably whenever you come in on a raid. So there's my socials if anybody wants to follow or support me online. That is honestly the best way to do so. Yeah, any artist will tell you that following them on social media and liking or even resharing a few pieces of art are super, super helpful things for any of us. But this is usually what you can find me doing, like in the afternoons. I work on longer form projects. I'm trying to get into kids' books, so that's why you see kind of a lean with a lot of kids and a lot of maybe like friendly environments, I suppose. But yeah, if you like this kind of stuff, this is what I tend to be about here. I do a lot of creatures. We do some character design stuff, creature design stuff, and I'll show you that here in a sec. But yeah, that's me. And here is some of the critter stuff that I do. We do this thing on the first Wednesday of the month, so next Wednesday we'll be doing Sea Slug Dragons, which is one of my favorite little segments that we do on the stream just because I get to play creature designer. I get to put on my creature designer hat and just play. And it's always a lot of fun. In fact, this one we actually ended up making a sculpture out of, if anybody's interested. There is my little sculpt that I made based on this. Yeah, the sub-zoo is on Discord. There's like a screenshot of it in the stream event section. And then at the end of the month like at the end of Wednesday's stream, basically, I will put the whole thing in Discord as black and white. People asked to make it a coloring image, so I'll put a black and white version that people can color if they want to. And maybe I should do it before Wednesday. I don't know. I'm still working this out, but yeah, at some point this week I'll put an image of the sub-zoo in there. I do have a few more pieces to add, but yeah, welcome to my stream, everybody. That's what I do. Some sculpting, some critter design, some studies. The art gym is all sorts of things. It's people, it's animals, it's environmental things. Today it's going to be figure drawing, so thank you guys for those very generous subs and the hype. Let me say hi to everybody first, and then we will get started. I see that I have a draw me an animal as well, so I'm already, traditionally, already behind. Let's see. Paleontologist VA got first today. Welcome in, and congrats on being first. How are you today? Silval, hello. Good to see ya. And of course, Autonet, good to see you too. Bots, oh, I've got my chat in the wrong place. Hold on, that's why I'm struggling. Why did I move that? Weird. There we go. Now I'm like looking at you guys. Bots, how you doing? It's good to see you. Bots is another artist you guys should be following. Bots and Magic, incredible animator. It was fun looking on your streams recently. Hopefully you had a good one. And Raga, hello, hello. You can hear. Excellent. Thank you, Raga. Dangerous Buttons, howdy, howdy. Bite me, Medusa, if I didn't say good morning already. Good morning. Sorry that my voice is all crackly. I think I might be slightly sick because I've just been sleeping so much lately, and normally I don't sleep this much, so I think I might be fighting something. I don't know. I feel okay other than just being very tired. Mid-afternoon? Fair enough. Fair enough. Hey, Oren, good to see you. And, let's see. Oop Clem, hello, hello. Got some early shifts this week, so we'll be able to join live. Oh, nice! Hey, welcome to the live show. Happy to have you. Hope you had a good weekend, too. My weekend was, good. It was busy. It was really busy. I spent all day Saturday cleaning out a chicken coop and, prepping it for some new birds that we're getting tomorrow, actually. I wish I would have had more time to do more. I think I did as much as I could. I was actually gonna go this morning again before streaming because I think they're actually prepping it today, but I just didn't have time. So, I don't know. Anyway, hopefully they'll be all right. Welcome in, by the way, Beats and Charlie's Dragon. Thank you for popping in, and of course for those generous subs. Hey, Sloppy, how you doing? You went to buy yourself and your sister blank print paintable shields. Oh, nice. They charge oh, wow. Yeah, they are kind of pricey. Go make a shield. That's awesome. I'd love to see what you get up to and how you make it. If you do end up making one. Hey, Beyond the Grave. Welcome, welcome. Who else have I missed in chat? Let's see. Zaknete? I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Welcome in, though. Thank you for coming in on the raid. Sorry, it took me a minute to get to your hello. Let's see. And oh, yeah, if anyone needs the Discord, by the way. I forgot to post that link. And I also can't type. Oh my gosh, why? There we go. There it is. Feel free to join. Anyone is welcome. As long as you're not a troll. Trolls are not welcome. But so far it's been very chill in there, and I really, really appreciate our Discord community. So thank you everybody who hangs out in there. It's always a good time. Cleaning out a chicken coop is not your idea of fun. Yeah, it was more like actually spraying everything down with like an antiviral because we are introducing a new group of baby birds. They're not babies, they're technically teenagers at this point. I'm just, we're trying really hard to make sure they don't get any sicknesses that the prior chickens had, so we'll see if it worked. I don't know. Most of them are fairly hardy. Yeah, we don't eat these chickens. These are like, it's like at a park. So these are not chickens that go to the table. What kind of chickens? I don't know yet. I haven't met them yet. Bite me, Medusa. Stay tuned. I'll definitely be posting pictures in the Discord. So if anyone's curious to see the chickens, I will be visiting them tomorrow. Actually, right after stream tomorrow, I'm going to have a short stream because I'm going to go help them get introduced. Because basically they have like 4 different groups of pullets that are getting introduced tomorrow. That all the 4-H kids that have been raising them are bringing over. And so I'm going to try and help ease that process a little bit. I don't know if I'll be very helpful, but I'll send pictures then. Hopefully they are young enough that they're not super aggressive and don't attack each other. We'll see. But yeah. Usually they're heritage breeds here in the US, yeah. Hey Dracon, yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to have chickens again. I hope that, I just hope we did a good job prepping the space for them. I'm a little nervous about it. But I'm not going to get into it. Maybe tomorrow I'll talk about that more. But anyway, let's get started with the figure drawing. So for anyone, like I said, who wants to join along, don't feel like you have to wait on me. We do have references. If you need references, they are under the reference command. You can go to that Pinterest board there. Scroll down to the human section. There is a section that has specific like study reference stuff too, like figure study websites and things that you can use. I think I'm just gonna stick with static images today, and we'll just see what happens. But yeah. Hopefully, yeah, hopefully I'll be able to make some good progress. We'll see. I'm going to start off with a quick skeletal study, just because we may have some new folks in here from the raid. I just want to walk through kind of the process I typically recommend if you are newer to drawing in general, or especially if you're newer to drawing humans. Highly recommend starting off with like skeletal and muscular studies. And we'll talk a little bit about what I mean by study. I do want to emphasize that studying and copying are not the same thing. We talk about this all the time. So for my regulars, you've heard me say this a bunch. Or at least you should have. But yeah, basically we are here to get the bad drawings out. And part of how you do that is you have to become proficient, right? You have to fill your creative bank account, your visual library, if you will, with information. So one of the key pieces of information, especially when drawing like figures, is anatomy, right? You want to know proportionally where things should be. You want to know sort of like, you know, you don't have to know the name of every bone. I certainly don't. I probably should work on that. But you want to at least kind of know where things belong and how they connect, because that's going to help you figure out how to like interpret a reference and how to actually draw your characters, draw the things you want to be drawing, right? You can't really get to the fun stuff without well, you can skip and just go straight to the fun stuff, but what you're going to end up doing is accidentally copying a schema or reinforcing your own schematic drawings rather than actually like learning and developing and growing. So it depends on your goals. If your goal is just to have fun, you don't care about growth, you know, do whatever you want. That's totally fine. But if you'd like to get better at something, if it's a skill that you'd like to develop, then you have to do this unfortunate, practice. Exactly, Charlie's Dragon. You have to do the tough stuff, the stuff that we don't enjoy as much as artists. We kind of want to jump into the fun stuff, but drawing from observation or reference is key to being able to draw from imagination. So that's why we call it getting the bad drawings out, and because you just have to get through them. You just have to make a few bad drawings, and nobody, no matter what their skill level, enjoys making a drawing that they don't like, right? I know bad can be subjective, but everybody kind of gets frustrated when you don't make the line or the mark or the final product that you're hoping for, that you're picturing in your mind. But that's why we're doing it together. It makes it slightly less painful, I find, when I have people to struggle with. So thank you all for being here. Even if you're not going to draw along, just being here and keeping me accountable to actually studying is helpful, because I would not be doing this if not for you guys. I know it seems like I should be able to, but for years at the top of my to-do list every day was start your day with some warm-up studies, and I did it like maybe 5 times in as many years. So I clearly don't have the ability to keep myself accountable. So thank you all for being my accountability buddies. That's why we call it the art gym, because it's just like the real gym. Sometimes you need accountability buddies to actually do the workout. So here we are doing that. So if anybody wants to draw along, if that inspires you to do any kind of studies right now, what I always recommend is set a timer, maybe 30 minutes if you have it. If you don't have that, 15 minutes, whatever amount of time you have. And if you don't have time to sit down and like look up some reference images and do all of that, just look around you, draw something you see. You don't have to draw what I'm drawing. This is just the prompt that I chose for me because I want to work on this, or I need to work on this rather. But feel free to draw, whatever you'd like. So that's my intro spiel. We are doing the humans today, unfortunately. Yeah. Hey, Amaze, how's it going? A wizard is never late. Exactly. An Amaze is never late. He arrives precisely when he intends. Exactly. Okay. So yeah, if this intimidates you, just like looking at this this skeleton, what I usually do is I just break it down into pieces. I'm actually not trying to do like an exact copy. Okay, I'm trying to point out like the benchmark areas for myself. Like, where do the eyes go? Where do the the jugal, the cheekbones go? Where do the mandibles go? Where's the jaw, the nose, all that stuff. Like, how does the neck connect to this? Like, where's the sternum in relation to the head? Like, just kind of taking note of these landmarks. And one way you can do that is to honestly just quickly draw in the shapes, right? So you got your rib cage, you got your head, you got your hips, and they kind of have like a certain rhythm to them, these shapes. And you want to use this opportunity when it's at this stage to check proportion. You want to say like, okay, is the length that I drew, let me try this again. There we go. Is the length that I drew this in relation to this? Does that seem the same? Maybe not. You want to check that at this stage, because that's going to impact the way you the way you draw later. So that's what we're up to, okay? Just doing some quick shapes. If you want to do a more detailed drawing, feel free if that's something that you would like to do. But for me, he's a little knock-kneed, this guy. But feel free to do. Ow. Oh, sorry, guys. Gosh, I hope I'm not getting an earache. I think maybe I am getting sick. I don't know. Alright, I'm going to do a quick study, and then I will go do the sub-zoo, because I know there's a few folks that requested that, and we do have a Draw Me an Animal as well. So let me just get my quick warm-up sketch done, and then I'll pop in and do that stuff. But while I do other sketching, please don't feel like you have to, you know, pause what you're doing. Feel free to keep hanging out and keep doing your own studies. And like I said, we have a section of the Discord called the Art Gym, where you can post your studies as long as they are work safe. Especially, you know, I want to point that out, especially on a day like figure drawing. Please just double check that you're not posting any references that will get me in trouble here on Twitch. If they are unclothed, please, you know, draw a little funny bikini on them or something. But make sure that any bits are covered so that I can not get a ding. I am applying for a bunch of things with Twitch right now, and I would prefer no dings on my account. So thank you for helping with that, and mods, thank you for helping keep an eye too. If you see anything, feel free to ask somebody to cover it or move it. Yeah, thankfully we haven't really been trolled like that live. I think one time somebody tried to, but yeah. As long as that doesn't happen, we should be good to keep doing these. Hey Ring, how are ya? Good to see ya. It helps that, you know, the art community is so awesome. Most of the time the trolls aren't hanging out in the art side of Twitch, so. Hey Skittle, how you doing? It's good to see you. Every time you think of the word mandible, you think of big bug mandibles. I mean, yeah, they are pretty cool. Technically, anything with a jaw has a mandible, but yes, I can understand the association. A little more clinical than what you usually hear. Oh, hey, Circle, how are you? It's good to see you. So many cool folks in chat right now. Yes, happy Monday. Happy Monday indeed. And again, happy Memorial Day for anyone who celebrates that. My family, before COVID, my family used to do a Memorial Day weekend kind of family reunion, but we haven't really been able to get that back going since then. So I always think about them whenever I'm doing something else on a Memorial Day. Okay, there's the ribs. There's the shoulder blades behind. All just good stuff to think about, right? But again, I'm not trying to be exact with this. I'm just doing a quick study. Okay, remember, a study is not about copying. If you find yourself copying, like getting really caught up in matching exactly the same lines that you're seeing on the drawing, oops. Well, apparently I drew right on top of that layer, so that's done. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Anyway. Just, yeah, remember the point of the study is to learn. Like, ask yourself questions while you draw. Like, what are the proportions? What am I trying to get from this? Try to remind yourself of your purpose here. The purpose shouldn't be to make a perfect replica of a skeleton, because that's ultimately not going to help you in the long run with your goals. Unless all you want to do is skeleton art, then by all means, study that skeleton very intensely. But yeah. Yeah, I'm checking my landmarks. Like, did my wrist end at about where the top of the leg bone did? Kinda. It might be a little bit off, but it's for the purposes of today. I think I'm okay. So I want to get to the actual figure stuff. I'll have to do another hand study day. I feel like hands are one that trip up a lot of folks. But yeah, I'm just noticing like the elbow ends about where the rib cage does, right? So that's about where I'm going to end that. You just got to pay attention to your landmarks, right? And that's kind of the point, is getting used to thinking about the human body as having landmarks. Now I know, now I know, now I know. Might be a little bit long in the finger, but that's okay. You gotta study some info in World War II. It's a very long topic there. For a D&D game? Nice. Wait, did I draw this on 2 layers? I did. Ugh. That's how tired I am. Let me fix it really fast. There, all done. All fixed. There we go. I made my guy a little bit taller than the guy in the photo, but that's okay. Okay, let me pause here and do the draw me an animal, and then finish those sub doodles, and then we'll get back to this. But at least I got a little bit warmed up with some slow observation of... Slow and hopefully somewhat careful observation of the skeleton. Okay, save. Also, enjoy the tunes while you can, folks. There may be some changes coming to the music. we'll talk about that later today too. Oh, here, let me do the Draw Me an Animal really fast. So for anybody who hasn't been here for a Draw Me an Animal before, it is a fun game that we play where chat can request an animal. You have to use channel points to do it. I am going to get myself on the right layer this time. The animal that was requested, I believe, was by Dangerous Buttons. It was a Saka Bam Baspis. And lucky for me, I do happen to know what this is. So I have 5 minutes on the clock to draw what this is, or what I think it is. And then you all feel free to look it up on your own or draw along if you'd like. But I have 5 minutes and I can't use any reference. So the only rule for this game is there's no hints in chat, if you don't mind. It kind of ruins the game a little bit. Hey, Bribwet, how you doing? So 5 minutes, it is 9:39. I'm just going to start. I'm going to draw a very simplified version of this guy. But yeah, it is I'm pretty sure it is a jawless fish. And he has essentially a face that looks like this. And it's very funny. I don't remember anything else about their body. Actually, they may have like that weird long tail now that I think of it. Do they have that weird like this tail? Like a tadpole? Can't remember. We'll find out in a minute, I guess. I'll just do it like that. I feel like their tail is a little different. And I'm just not remembering because I always think about this. Clearly, I have not paid close attention to the tail on this fish. But yeah, let's color it in. We don't really have like color for this guy because it is a fossil animal. At least if I'm thinking of the right one. So I get to kind of play a little bit. Yeah, no, it's a super fun one. I really like this one. And there's a fun little song that the internet has made for it. There we go. Well, you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn today, Neilf. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. It is a good fish. Okay, and we don't know really a whole lot about what colors they were, so I might just have a little bit of fun and make some fun colors on here. I don't think they had dorsal fins. I can't remember, but this is just my guess. So feel free to make your own drawing if you'd like to, anybody. But I'm just guessing that it's this. We're gonna do some shiny scales here. Give it a little bit of depth to its facade. It's very blank, staring facade. And give it some bubbles, maybe. There we go. There's my Sakabambaspis. You're welcome. And we're gonna go learn about it. I can't think of anything else to put on it, so clean it up a little bit, and we'll just say that's what it is. There is a song, Dangerous Buttons. It's actually the only reason I know about it. Sakabambaspis. Yeah, it does have a weird tail. I remember that. Okay, I'm glad I changed the tail. I didn't draw the weird tail correctly, but you guys, this fish. Here's my favorite picture of this fish. This is what I always think of when I think of this fish. Ready? Ready, everybody? Sakabambaspis. Oh, it's so funny. Oh my gosh, you guys, it kills me. Some of them are less funny. Like, this one's a little creepy. But, like, this one, you guys, like, this is kind of what they think it looks like. But if you've if you've never seen this fish before, I feel like we should almost make an emote. One's in the chat if you want me to make a Sakabambaspis emote, if you think that would be useful. Maybe I'll make it, like, swimming into frame or something. I don't know. But here's the fossilized version of the fish. This is what we know it from. It's obviously, it's no longer living. But yeah, it's a jawless fish, I'm fairly certain. That's a terrifying image right there. Here's another artistic rendering of the Sakabambaspis. It looks like they might have some like this interesting rat tail and more traditional fish shape, or at least traditional in the modern sense. Interesting. Extinct genus of jawless fish that lived in the Ordovician period. I don't know if I said that right. Lived in shallow waters on the continental margins of Gondwana, best known Arandaspid. there we are. Isn't it amazing? It's a very funny fish. In fact, it's so funny that they made a song. We can listen to the song here in a minute if you guys want to. Or actually, here, you know what? Maybe it's too early for some people. One's in the chat if you want to hear the song. One's in the chat if you want an emote. Yeah, Reiko wants the emote for sure. Hey, Reiko, how are you, by the way? Thanks for popping in. Hey, Real Fopew. Sorry I missed you earlier. But yeah, if you want to listen to the Sakabambaspis song, just, I guess, put a 1 in the chat or something, or just tell me. Whatever's easiest. The tail consists of relatively large dorsal and ventral webs and an elongated notochordal lobe. That could mean anything. The posterior end of which is bordered by a small fin web. Oh, interesting. Oh, I wonder if it's this thing. That is kind of interesting right there. Okay, well, there we are. If you want to learn more about the Sakabambaspis, like, officially, I'm going to drop this link in the chat. Oh, I hear the people wanting the song. Okay. Thank you for that following. I appreciate that. Let's listen to the Sakabambaspis song. I will warn you, it is a little intense. I'm gonna pause. Oops, I don't know why I hit that. That's not what I'm trying to do. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. It's under construction. That's my YouTube. Sakabambaspis song. Oh, that's why I hit it, because my subconscious knew I wanted a song. Why would I Google that? There we go. Haha! I did have a plan. This is the English cover of the song. Okay, ready? Prepare yourselves emotionally. Prepare yourselves emotionally. Oh, it means pre-spine. Oh, okay, nice. Alright, it might be a little loud, so I might have to adjust here. Hopefully I don't blast you guys out of existence. That's an ad. We're not listening to that. We're letting that roll. Yes, I have ad block. Don't get mad at me, Amaze. It's just not working. We're skipping it, though. Okay. Prepare yourselves, chat. We're gonna make it a little quieter at first, because I remember it being pretty intense. No. There we go. It's so loud. It's so loud. All right, put your dance emotes in the chat, guys. You're gonna want them. Oh my gosh. It's such a jam, though. There may be... We're gonna learn how to draw it. There may be some bad words here. Let's draw together. There we go. It's so relevant, guys. Get ready. Here comes the drop. Bam bam baspis. Okay, alright. We got it. Here you go. Here, if you need more of that in your life, there you are. That was the Sakabambaspis song. For all the people I just ran off because of how loud and crazy that song was. I'm sorry. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. It was originally in Japanese circle, yeah. So somebody did a cover in English so that it could be translated. But yeah, there is a Japanese version. That's why there's like random anime characters telling you how to draw it. So beautiful. I hope you liked that, everybody. At least based on some of the dance emotes. At least somebody enjoyed it. Sorry, it was really loud at first. Okay. Now we're back to the chill music, and I'm gonna do. We did the Draw Me an Animal, so that's done. Let me make sure I save that. So I'm gonna say I got this one. I didn't remember the tail thing. I'll have to remember that next time. I'm gonna give myself a 90%. I think I got pretty close. It's a very memorable fish. Cult song. Yeah, exactly. Now we all know. And now we all know. Now you guys are just gonna have that in your head all dang day. And I'm so sorry. But it was requested. Just remember you wanted this, chat. Yeah, the emote needs that. Do you guys want a Sakabambaspis emote? It comes up every so often. It's kind of funny. Okay. I think it's because the first time I had no idea what it was, and the first time I was introduced, I think I laughed for like 5 minutes. Like I couldn't actually learn about the animal because I thought its face was so funny. So that's part of why I will never forget this animal. Yeah, it is literally the 8 capital D face. Exactly. It's literally its face. It's so good. Anyway, okay, let's do the quick the sub-zoo thing. I think I might have to expand the sub-zoo today, guys. I don't think I can fit everybody in here. Let me see if I can move some folks around. I have to add a few things to some folks. Like I said, though, if anybody is doing the drawing challenge today, please don't feel like you have to wait on me. I'm just going to be doing these quick sub-doodles. They shouldn't take too long, and we'll get right back to it. So for anyone who's just popping in, this is not all we're doing today, I promise. Why? Alright, I may have to just, like... how do I make this work? Alright, I got room for maybe 1 or 2 down there. Dr. Hubs, if anyone sees I might have to message Dr. Hubs. I don't even think they know they got gifted one. 2, 3, maybe I can fit everybody in here. Let's see. We're getting towards the end of the month, so maybe we don't need to expand the zoo. Flower hat onto Miss Caprikel. So let's do that really fast. Yeah, thank you all so much for all of the generosity this month. We have unlocked, I think we've unlocked almost every emote that is unlockable as an affiliate, which is crazy, because I never thought I would have anywhere near all the emotes unlocked, but I don't know if Miss Caprikel cares what kind of hat, so we're just going to do a hat with a flower in it. It's supposed to be like a wide brim little hat, but I don't know. I don't know if that's what Miss Caprikel had in mind. Maybe I'll get rid of the leaf part. But yes, thank you again, Miss Caprikel, for that gift sub and that resub or whatever it was that made this happen so that you could get an added thing to your animal. So we got that one. So Spartan. Shoot. Did I get... Oh, yeah, no. So Spartan wanted to be a cute little mouse, I think, or maybe it was a rat. Cozy rat. Can do that for sure. It's a cute... Oh, I'm glad you like it. Thank you for letting me know. I have no fashion sense. I don't know what... I don't know what's cute. You like my zoo, Neil? Aw, thank you. Thank you all for being in the zoo. Look at this zoo. Don't you guys want to go to this zoo? I mean, it's got, like, cats with horns and a T-Rex with a cheese hat. It's got a very colorful honey badger with a pirate hat. It's got Cup of Joe's new fursona. It's got dinosaurs, laser beam shooting insects. It's got everything, you know? It's the most well-rounded zoo. Don't forget the kiwi with a saddle. The rideable kiwi. Definitely good. Let's see. What am I doing? All the important animals, yeah. Yeah, all the ones you really want when you're going to the zoo. I think I lost my whisper. You would go to this zoo if there were, you know, cages and barriers. Yeah, well, you know, here's the thing about my sub-zoo. It's super safe. Like, these animals don't attack each other. It's a magical zoo. They don't need individual cages. They're just totally chill, all in the same environment. It doesn't matter that some of these are ocean animals. Like this jellyfish, totally fine being right next to that honey badger. They're totally fine. Yeah, so see how I'm not being attacked, Reiko? You'll be totally safe. Okay, just to reassure any possible visitors. Then you would go every day. Okay, perfect. Welcome to the sub-zoo. All right, let's see. I'm gonna do a cozy rat for So Spartan. I exude a calming aura that negates any natural aggression. Yes, that must be it. I have little calming aura vibes. I'm gonna need those next month because for those who haven't heard, we're gonna be doing Kaijun for next month's theme, and I will definitely need that. Sunny Solstice. Aw, thank you so much for that sub. My goodness, I really appreciate that. Sunny Solstice, would you like to be in the sub-zoo? If you would, let me know what animal you'd like to be. Yeah, what do you want to be? Let me know. Just pick an animal. Any animal. And then we'll draw it. And then if anybody gifts you another sub, or if you gift a sub, you can add to it. That's kind of how it's been working. This is my first month doing this, so thank you all for your patience also with, like, maybe any confusion about it, because there's been times when I haven't known. But yeah, take your time, let me know in chat, and thank you so much. That's really kind of you. Okay. Let's see, I have to draw a snuggly rat, so I'm going to draw like a little cozy rat. I'm actually going to move Victorious' name. Let me move my mic also, because I feel like you guys can't hear me. Fixed. far. Us. There we go. Okay. No pressure. No, there is no pressure. Am I being pressuring? People tell me sometimes that I'm pressuring, and I don't mean to be. Okay. You also don't have to. You can gift your subdoodle too. Or you could just not even claim one. Some people have not claimed one. So we're gonna do a little cozy rat here who's sleeping. This one is for So Spartan. I feel like we heard these songs last time. I might skip forward in the playlist a bit. This feels like the exact same list. You're just being dramatic. That never happens on Twitch. I like this song. Let's do this one. Okay, this one was for So Spartan. Should be a little dramatic dragon. You could be, if you'd like to be. Yeah. Let's see. So... something just popped behind me really loud. Wait, I have to use capitals. What am I doing? So Spart. So Spartan 0. A thespian dragon, like with a... Oh, I could put like a little mask or something to do that. There we go. So Spartan as a cozy little rat. Okay, got that one. My little list over here. Thank you to ETAC for keeping track of my list here. Let's see. Dragon. Okay. Okay. Raven wants to be a raven, predictably. I could not figure that out on my own the other day, but, you know. Where should we put Raven? Let's put Raven over here. Well, I'm kind of hungry. My lack of breakfast is catching up with me. I may have to take a little break in a second and make a snack. Sorry, hiccup. Ugh, you guys, I can't stop thinking about the TwitchCon application. I really hope I didn't bumble it. I hope that they accept me. I just want to be accepted. I probably won't know until the end of June. I don't know if I have enough room for Raven here. We sing. It'll wash away, wash away. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, it'd be super fun. Has anyone been to TwitchCon? Or is anyone going this year? I'm curious if anyone in this community is planning on being there. TwitchCon San Diego. I definitely can't make it to Rotterdam, but if you are in the EU and you're thinking about going to Rotterdam, I'd also be curious to hear about how that goes. I've never been. I really haven't even been to conventions until a very small one in March. It's been like 6 years since I've done a show. So I'm a little nervous. We'll see. You might be going, says each of the 2i Pi. Nice. That's awesome. Are you applying to do a panel or just like going just to go? I really don't know. Yeah. I don't know what people do at TwitchCon. Like, I think I'm a little intimidated because it's a lot of people recording and a lot of people like streaming. You never been, Ring? Yeah, same. Let's see. The Raven. You got invited to be on a panel. That's awesome. Very cool. For my ego to die. Today's a good day for my ego to die. Okay, there's that. Okay, got Ravens done. And then we're going to do the car call for Charlie's Dragon. Thank you again, everybody, for these subs. They're very generous. Let's see. They're the ones that have the very tall, elegant... I think maybe I'll put it right here. You could fit quite nicely. You'd like to go one day? Yeah, I've never... It's so far from me. I've actually never been to California. So if I do go, it'll also be my first time in California. So if anyone is in the San Diego area or has been to the San Diego area and has advice on stuff to do, I'm definitely going to go, for sure, going to go to the San Diego Zoo. 100 gajillion%. Oh, interesting, Circle. Interesting. I am very curious. Well, I hope that the panel gets accepted. Let's see. Let's see. The car call is also called the Desert Lynx. Yeah, it does look like it does have the Inks type leers. They're just very tall and slender. So I'm gonna kind of use this space here to sort of. I might have to make it slightly bigger because I don't want to chop you off on accident here. There we go. Slight expansion of the sub-zoo. Just a slight expansion. Wait, I didn't chop anything off, did I? No. Okay. Just to make sure I don't trim Charlie's Dragon slightly. Yeah, it's super exciting. Hopefully that panel application gets accepted. Okay, hold on. It's like I've never drawn a cat before. What is going on? We have to wait till, yeah, late June, early July. Yeah. Yeah, so they have to go through all the applications. So the Artist Alley application is the same, like, call for content. They consider that content, which I think is kind of interesting. You would think that they, like, most places have a separate application process for panels versus Artist Alley, but I don't know. I guess I'm not complaining too much, though, because I think it confuses a lot of people. And maybe they won't... Oh, thank you for that posture check, Sunny. And maybe I won't have as much competition. I don't know. I really want to go. It'd be super fun to go. I'm trying to brace myself and just assuming that I'm not going to get in just to prevent heartache. But it would be really cool if I did get accepted, so... As we've talked about before, when it comes to... Oh, wait. I'm doing this way too realistically. Hold on. You have to do the cute eyes. From nothing, nothing. Taking this too intensely here. That is called convergent evolution, yeah. Exactly. Country and back, fine love undefined. Okay with that. Hold on, I've messed up this Caracle's face. Get this cute little stripe that I really want. There's your caracal. A little bit stylized, hopefully acceptable. Stay humble. There we go, and we'll get that little tail. Very short little tail. Okay, there we go. Oh, and we have another drumming animal. Let's see. Charlie's Dragon. Thank you so much again for that sub. Charlie's Dragon. There we are. Okay. Yeah, it is super interesting. And we got Beats' Stag Beetle, and then Sunny Solstice, and then we'll be back to doing, well, then we have we have a drawing animal, and then we'll be back to the art gym. So again, if anyone is drawing figures right now, feel free to keep going. We are going to look at those at the end of stream. I'm just doing some quick redeems here, and then we'll get back at it. Let's do the Stag Beetle down here. Chad, are you avoiding the art gym? I know, they're delaying me. They're delaying me with love, which is totally kind. She'll be lurking while you do some cycling. Oh, you're doing some cycling? That's cool. You guys went blueberry picking? Oh my gosh, you guys are so stinking cute. Enjoy your lurk. And a blue skittle. Thanks for lurking as well. If you guys aren't following a blue skittle, by the way, make sure that you do. Fantastic artist here on Twitch. Thanks for lurking, Blue. You're doing everything you can to save me from drawing. That's true. You guys are doing a great job. People coming in here for figure drawing are like, what is happening? Like, this is false advertisement. Stag Beetle. These are the ones that have the big antler-like pincers that I always forget. And then I draw them wrong when they get requested for drawing animal. Yeah, of course, Blue. I've been really bad about them lately. I'm trying to remember. It's sometimes, yeah, I just want everyone to know about all the cool artists and all the cool streamers, but sometimes I forget. Or I get busy and I'm like, they're not here anymore. But enjoy your lurk. Oh, nice, nice. I can't wait to look at it. Thank you for sharing. Alright, hopefully this is the Stag Beetle that Beats meant, because I'm seeing lots of pictures, but I'm guessing it's this one. Of course there's 1,200 species of stag beetle. Exactly what I'm noticing. I'm like, well, which one? I'm just guessing it's the basic one, so... yeah. Gonna do little arms, little feet. Yeah, that's okay, Pyro. I mean, I feel like you guys already do so much. If you happen to be able to help with a shout out, that's fine. I think for my mods, I feel like what we've talked about, and maybe I need to reiterate, is just like, if you see somebody in chat that you know is a streamer that we know, or that you know, feel free to shout them out. I don't really have like a list. But I don't know. I don't want you guys to have to feel like you have to babysit chat just to keep an eye out for that either, so. Yeah, exactly, like Pyro's a streamer. Pyro does very cozy games and is currently picking blueberries. Hope you guys are doing well. Because yeah, otherwise, I mean, we do have a lot of streamers that hang out too, and I don't want you guys to feel like you have to just like constantly be shouting out either. It's hard. I try to ask in chat if I see someone, but let's see. I'm struggling with where these legs go, so I'm sorry, Beats. This probably is inaccurate. Please don't hate me. Yeah, especially art streamers and stuff. Art community is very small and niche, and I like to boost if I can. And the education folks too. Okay. I don't know. Let's see. Should have said greater stag. Is that the one I'm drawing? Is this the one? don't know if this is the right one. Oh, it is. Okay. I was like, oh no. Did I do the right one? I'm messing up the feet pretty bad, so forgive. Why do they have 8 legs? I thought... I'm so confused. Yeah, there appears to be... Well, I don't know if this counts as a leg or if it's like a little extra thing on the face. Maybe it's just a little extra thing on the face. Okay, we're gonna say this is the stag beetle. Beats. It's the one. Okay, cool. It was the one that was most commonly showing up in the image search, so I assumed it was the one. Thanks again, Beats. I appreciate that. Enjoy your stag beetle. Okay. Definitely the least confident with beetles, I would say, of all the critters on this page. Okay, saving, and the last one is... Yay, we caught up! Last one is the Thespian Dragon from Sunny Solstice. Let's put you over here, by the laser eyes guy. Oh, there's another dragon over here. You can be friends with this other dragon. Just gonna scoot Paleo slightly. Oh no! I'm running out of room again! Okay. Or maybe you fit down here, actually. This is a good spot. Okay. This is going to be a lot like what it is next month because we're going to be doing a Kaijun theme. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do it, but I think it's going to be like you're going to get a kaiju. If you have a specific kaiju you want me to draw you as, you can say the name of it and I will try my best to simplify it because it will not look the way it does in the movie or whatever. Or you can like have it be like a creature design thing where you just give me like a characteristic to include on the kaiju and I will just design a little monster that basically fits that. It has that thing. So it could be like you want it to have horns, or you want it to have wings, or you want it to have, you know, whatever. I don't know if that'll be fun or not for people, but we'll see. We'll find out next month, I guess. Okay, there we go. This one is Sunny Solstice. Hey, Isel, how you doing? It's good to see you. Welcome in. Would you believe me if I said I'm still tired from last week? How are you feeling? Have you recovered yet? I don't know what it is about like setting up co-streams, but man, it's like sort of, I was kind of tired. To be fair, I guess I did 2 separate co-streams that day, but still. Hey, Smorf, how you doing? Let's see. I hope you like it, Solstice. I'm glad you think he's cute. Little thespian. All right, I think we did it. We did it. So if anyone sees Dr. Hubs, let me know, because we owe one to Dr. Hubs too. But okay, sub-zoo's done. Wow, look at our zoo. What a zoo, everybody. We've got an octopus. We've got Kate Sith in the zoo. We have a corgi. Can you spot the corgi? This is kind of turning into like a Where's Waldo, honestly. Okay. Back to drawing people after we do Draw Me an Animal. That's right. Oh my goodness, so many redeems. Okay. Yeah, good to see you, Smorf. Welcome back. How's it been going? I saw you were doing art again. How are you? Let's see. We did the discus. Hydrated. We did. What else did we do? I can't find Succulent Baspis. We did. Rayor got second, everybody. Oh wait, did we have an ad break just now? Are we going into an ad break? Did I miss it? Did I just draw through the ad break and not even realize? Was there an ad break? Shoot, I'm sorry, everybody. Normally I stop drawing during the ad breaks, and I just totally was into what I was doing and did not notice. Let's see. Pelagornis sandersi. I have no idea what this is. So I have 5 minutes to draw it. I'm gonna write this down. Let's see. Pelagornis. Sandersi. So the way this works is... yeah, basically I have 5 minutes to draw whatever I think this is. I have no idea, but it sounds like the word pelican, so I'm gonna draw like an ancient pelican. I have no idea. It's probably a prehistoric animal based on who is requesting it, but technically that is context clues. So we're just gonna say it's like a big ancient borb. I'm gonna draw something vaguely pelican shaped. Maybe it is a pelican. I don't know. It's probably not, but I have no idea. I am terrible with scientific names and I will never remember this, so I've just given up when it comes to the ones that get requested like this. I can't even fathom a guess. This is probably somebody's last name, frankly. So like there's very few hints that I can have. I guess the only thing I'm thinking is like Hesperornis I know is like a big bird. I don't know what ornis means, but we'll find out. We'll find out. So, and then I'll probably forget. So that's just how it goes. So I'm just going to color it in, and then we're going to look it up and see what it is, and then I'm going to get back to figure drawing. It's going to happen. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Pyro. Yes, that is the only rule with the Draw Me an Animal game is please do not throw any hints in the chat. It's just a for fun game where we get to learn about a new animal, typically. I don't know why I chose these colors, but making it kind of a brown pelican, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to color it. Alright, there we go. And some sand. I don't know. There we go. That's my guess. I do not know what this animal is, but we are about to find out together. There we are. Save. Wah! Oh gosh. Diana the Action. Oh my goodness. Thank you for that raid. And the jump scare. My heart is reactivated. We just finished a Draw Me an Animal game where somebody submitted an animal in the chat with channel points, and then I had to draw it without any reference. So I'm just guessing because I have no idea. They gave me the scientific name, so no clue what this is. But we're about to learn about it together. Thank you so much for raiding in. No, don't be sorry. It's just part of the stream, I think, at this point. We're actually supposed to... Well, actually, that's not right. Hold on. We're supposed to be doing this. We're doing some figure drawing today. If anybody wants to draw along, we will be showing... we will be showing off any studies that people do at the end of stream. But Diana, if you have any art you want to share, thank you so much for reading it. I'd love to show it off as long as it's work safe. You know the drill. Welcome in, Mike. Yeah, so I'm trying to get into kids' books, so that's why I try to keep it family friendly around here. PG at best, I would say. But yeah, feel free if anybody wants to check out my socials or my Discord. We are doing a draw along today. We're here at the art gym. We call it the art gym for like accountability reasons, basically. You guys are keeping me accountable to actually drawing. And doing studies like I know I should be doing. So like the other day we did porpoises for studies. We've done, here's lizards and skinks. So anyway, if you want to draw along, you don't have to draw what I'm drawing. You can pick a different topic, but today I chose figure drawing because later today I'm doing character camp, which is really tough. And I need to practice people, so that's why I chose figures today. I've only done one though because we've had a whole bunch of redeems and things happening. And so I haven't really, like, we had the drumming animal thing, and then we had the sub zoo. We had a few people sub, which was very generous. I'm doing this thing this month where anybody who subs, you get added to the sub zoo. There's me, the zookeeper, and you can pick an animal and I will draw an animal and put your name on it. So anyway, just got caught up with that. Let's check it out. Yeah, here's a piece from Diana. Let's see. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. Ugh. And Liar Max, it's okay. No worries. Don't worry about that jump scare. It's just part of it. You can actually claim the jump scare if you want to. We have a jump scare counter, so if nobody's claimed it yet, feel free to claim it. Just exclamation point jump scare. This looks beautiful. You guys, look at what Diana was working on. This is absolutely gorgeous. If you're not already following Diana the Ashen, make sure that you do. I think we got you a shout out, maybe? Yeah, thank you, Raga. I appreciate that. But this is absolutely gorgeous. Lovely, lovely. Like, look at the shine. Look at how you did the... Man, those gold touches are really impressive. I feel like metal is one of those effects I'm still trying to figure out how best to paint. But this is absolutely beautiful. Love the textures in the clothing too, especially the pants. These are super cool. Wow, this looks great. Well, thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate you rating in and sharing your beautiful art with us and sharing your awesome community with us too. That's really, really kind. If you have a social link or something you want to drop, feel free as well. Usually art isn't that colorful. I think you're doing great. Like, you're killing it. Also, the bounce lighting. Can I just say the bounce lighting right here is fantastic. I'm always impressed with a good bounce light. For those who don't know what bounce lighting is, it's like when you get the reflected color of something beneath an object onto the bottom underside of the object, or onto whatever side is facing the reflective color. So like if you were standing against a yellow wall in a bright sunny day and you stood really close to it, even if you were in shadow, the yellow from that wall would be reflecting light and bouncing light onto your skin and onto you. You've probably seen that before, and it's putting that into artwork, I think, is always just a really nice touch. So yeah, lovely stuff. This is great. Thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, bounce lighting can be such an effective digital art tool for sure. For anyone coming in on the raid who hasn't seen my work before, if you're still here and you'd like to see what I do, I'm Casey, by the way. I jump scare easily. And I do illustrations. I primarily am trying to get into like kids books, graphic novels, book covers, that kind of thing right now. And that's why you'll see a lot of my work at the moment kind of has a lean toward having kids in it. I don't draw a lot of kids. I draw a lot of creatures, traditionally, like historically, I should say. So I'm trying to work on, like, here's like a darker piece maybe you guys would like. I'm trying to work on incorporating more humans into my work and like just getting more comfortable drawing human characters. These feel very stiff to me. These are both much older pieces, so I'm trying to work on that. Here's a slightly more recent one. But yeah, just trying to get better, trying to break into the industry. So thanks to anybody who lurks here and helps out with just keep me accountable to moving forward and just helping boost, honestly. It really does make a difference. I've met so many industry people since streaming on Twitch, and a lot of that is thanks to lurkers and thanks to people rating in, and so I really appreciate you sticking around and helping me out with my goals. I also have a webcomic called Drift. It's kind of on hiatus. I'd like to pick it up again this year sometime, but you can read that if you want to at !Drift. And then we also do, I do some creature design stuff. I do sculpting. I'll show you a sculpture in a sec, but yeah, I do this thing called Sea Slug Dragons, first Wednesday of the month. Every single month we do a thing where chat can pick a sea slug and I will design a creature based on that sea slug, usually pretty dragony creatures. I drew a lot of dragons as a kid, so this is just like a fun space for me to play. Sometimes they're less dragony, like this very much just looks like a creature. Not sure where the line gets drawn, but anyway, it's fun to play with shapes and anatomy and color and just kind of come up with fun, yeah, just like fun things based on these cool critters called sea slugs. So if you want to hang out for that, we do that, like I said, first Wednesday of the month. And then I also do some sculpting. I think I showed this one last time, but I'll show it again. It's probably one of my more sturdy sculptures to be picking up a lot. But this is a sculpture I made based off of the sea slug. Chat got to pick one time a sea slug design for me to sculpt. Maybe we'll do that again sometime. Here's the webcam if you want to see it a little bit bigger. I don't know why the red is so intense, but anyway. But I also do like other like non-creature thing. Well, I guess it is a creature still, but it's like a real one. Dinosaurs. I like dinosaurs a lot. I did this Parasaurolophus sculpture not too long ago, and these are both going to go with me to conventions this summer, although the Parasaurolophus is actually available on Ko-fi, so if anyone would like to own an original sculpt, that is where you can go for that. And then the art gym. Yeah, what you guys rated into is this. I can't remember if I told you already. Did I already show you this? I'm a little tired today. Basically at the art gym we just do it. It's like an accountability study session, so if anybody wants to draw along, we'll be sharing work that gets drawn at the end of stream. So hi, welcome. Oh, thanks, Mike. I appreciate that. Speaking of lurking, you must go get some rest. Yes, please enjoy your rest. Thank you for the lurk, and thanks again for the raid. That was really kind of you to bring your folks here. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. You're very sweet, Mike. And then Art by Tues. Hello, hello. How are you? Welcome in. Let me get some water. And then we're actually going to jump into some figure studies. Or at least I am. I'm sure there's other people in chat who have already done some figure studies. But if, like I said, if anyone wants to join the Discord, we do have a Discord for the art. Like there's a section of it that says Art Gym, and so if you do any studies from observation or whatever, feel free to drop them there. Sorry, my heater has been on this whole time, and I'm extremely hot now. So let me just take this. That is a lot of sweatshirt. Okay. Yeah, I'm not great at humans either, Smurf. That's why I need the accountability. I need you guys to help me practice. So thank you for being here and making sure I actually do it. Speaking of, I better go pick a human to draw. But you can always use the link at the top of chat if you want to practice some humans. I think Amaze did pin something up there, so thank you, Amaze. I'm gonna do a pretty crazy pose because I think this is a really fun one. I don't think I've done this one before. I like finding poses from like gymnasts and athletes and break dancers and ballet dancers because I feel like they have the best poses. Although he has blacked out his eyes, so it kind of makes it where I can't draw that, I guess, but oh well. Let's see. We never looked at the animal. Oh, we didn't look at the animal. You're right. Oh gosh, yeah, we have this mystery that you guys rated into that I almost just forgot. Thank you, Pyro. Sorry, I'm a little scatterbrained. There's a lot going on. Lagornis Sandersi. Is it a pelican? No, but it is a bird. Okay, so I got the Gornis part right. It must be like ornithischian or ornis. Like, there's like a bird thing in there somewhere with the Latin. So I got pretty close for having no idea what this is. It's an extinct species of pseudotooth birds, a group of extinct seabirds. Okay, so it is actually a seabird. I'm gonna say I got, I did okay on this. It's supposed to have teeth, but for all we know, this bird very well could have looked like this. Okay. Let's see. Having the widest wingspan of any known bird. Very cool. Here is the toothy beak of these guys. Very interesting. Wonder if there's any reconstructions of them. Whoa, compared to an albatross and an Indian condor. These are the two largest wingspan birds in current extant birds, but it's like double their length, which is wild. That's cool. Oh, here's a reconstruction. So they think it was kind of an albatrossy type bird, maybe. Let's see. Interesting. Had short, stumpy legs and was probably only able to fly by hopping off cliff edges. This is supported by its location being near coasts. Wonder when it went extinct. Does it say how many years ago it went extinct? Many. 25 million years ago was when these remains were found, or when they were dated to. Okay, so it's been gone for a while. I'm gonna link this in the chat if you want to learn more about these guys. Thank you, Pyro, for the reminder. Albatross with a jagged beak. Nice. Well, I'm gonna give myself like a 70%. I got it as like a some kind of a seabird, so yeah. I feel okay about my attempt here. It says above the picture. Oh, it does say above the picture. Nice. Thank you, Charlie's Dragon. Okay. Let's get back to drawing people. Let's see. We actually saw pelicans on Saturday. Oh, that's awesome, Isel. Speaking of other like awesome artists here in the chat, if anyone can give Isel a shout out if we haven't already, make sure you guys go follow Isel. For those who missed it, we did a co-stream with Beat Isel last week on Wednesday with Claire also. Super fun. I don't know how long it will take my painting to dry, but it's back there drying along with the other one also drying, the one that I primed. Primed a canvas. Yeah, it was super fun. You say like, you're such a generous grader, Pyro. Pyro gives me a 90%. You see them almost every day? That's cool. I have never lived near the ocean, so I've not encountered many pelicans in my time. So again, whenever you're doing these kind of figure studies, what I like to do is kind of get in the gesture and get in the shape first. Try to think about like, what are they actually doing? Like he's supporting his weight with his hand like this. Presumably, you just can't see it because of the leg there, but that explains some of the way the muscles are, right? So just trying to think about what you're actually drawing, not trying to worry about copying, worrying about form, thinking about it as having proportion, having depth. You know, like how do these muscles connect? What makes the most sense? Don't just copy lines. Think about what you're seeing. Like these are muscles underneath the skin. How are they connected to the rib cage? Where does the rib cage end? You know, what the space between the rib cage? What does that tell you about how it's bending? Right? Think about all that stuff as you're drawing. And then eventually it becomes second nature, right? And as you start doing your character art and stuff, you'll start just incorporating those things naturally, right? So that's sort of the long-term goal. Oops, that's supposed to be erasing. Why is that not erasing? There it goes. Also, why is that using that for the eraser? What is going on with you today, Krita? Life is just too much. We live on a bay. We used to have a dock before a hurricane destroyed it. Oh no. Bunch of pylons with the flocks of pelicans bursting out. Oh, that's fun though. Are they noisy? I don't actually know. I bet they're kind of smelly. We've seen quite a few firsts this year. Virginia rail, black-throated blue warbler, gray-breasted warbler, orange-crowned warbler. Nice, nice. I'm glad that you're finding lots of birds that you've never seen before. That's really funny, Soul. Only when they splash down to catch a fish. Oh, really? They're pretty quiet otherwise? Are they just, like, hunting? I guess that makes sense. You don't want to scare the fish. These pants are very interesting. Do you guys see these, like, it reminds me of those hoses that, like, crinkle. You guys know what I'm talking about? Oh, but yeah, something I meant to chat with folks about, just as a heads up. I'm probably going to be changing up my playlist eventually, or at the very least, I'm probably going to get rid of the now playing part of the screen, so I apologize if that is helpful to people. But just on the off chance that people from Twitch are looking at my page right now, trying to assess whether or not I can apply or be accepted to TwitchCon in any capacity. I just don't want to have there be anything sus going on, even though I think it's technically okay since none of it's in the VOD. Just to be safe, probably for the next while, I'm gonna be not doing that. So, enjoy. Because it's probably going away.
People gestures help start with a line of action. Yeah, a line of action can help. I actually don't like line of action very much personally, but it's definitely like a really common thing. So for anyone who doesn't know, line of action is kind of like you draw it basically follows the spine a lot of times. I keep deleting my layer. But you can also have it draw. You can also like have it be like the movement of the image. So like you could have this as like your basic line of action, or like even this probably. But I don't know. I tend to feel constrained by line of action, so I don't tend to use it. But a lot of people find it really helpful. So that's definitely a good point that you could definitely use a line of action. In fact, there's a website called Line of Action. It's linked on my Pinterest board. And they do, it's like basically a figure drawing website. So if you want to have a nice figure drawing reference, Line of Action is also the name of a very good website. But yes, that is a good point. That is, line of action is something that is very commonly used when you're doing figure drawings. For whatever reason, my brain just thinks more sculpturally. So like I actually really enjoy drawing like the shapes more than like, and I kind of like stacking and moving the shapes. That tends to help my brain, but I mean, everyone's different, so there's not really like there's no right or wrong unless you're not thinking about the form and the anatomy, and then there is a wrong. At least as far as like improvement goes. See, and that's, you know what, Smorf, it's pain for me too, if that makes you feel better. Yeah, it's sometimes you just got to get, this is why this is our motto right here. You got to get the bad drawings out. So the first attempts at doing anything that's difficult, anything new, is going to be painful. And the only reason it's painful is because it doesn't look the way you want it to, and nobody likes confronting that, because it's like it just doesn't look the way you know it should or that you think it should. No rules, only tools. I like that. Yeah. But over time, if you can push through the pain, Smorf, over time, this is how you develop a skill. Right? You train your observation eye, you fill your visual library, and slowly and painfully over time, just like with building muscle when you're working out, you start to build muscle memory, and you start to build anatomy knowledge, and you start to build proficiency. And that's kind of the goal of the art gym, is to kind of give us all some accountability workout buddies. So thanks for working out with us, even if it is painful. There's definitely days where I struggle. I'm not having the best figure drawing moment right now, but you know, I'm getting it done and we're gonna move on. It's like, I don't really like the way this one came out, but I'm gonna move on to a new one. So that's one bad drawing out of the way. Let's go get the next one started. That's pretty much the way you have to think about it, I think. It's just gonna be painful for a while. Let's do a female. Let's see. Yeah, definitely try using like a line of action if that helps you to kind of build your drawing around. I try to think of it as, like I said, if you haven't done like a skeletal study or a muscle study, go back and do those also is something you can do, because it's hard to pull this reference apart and know what you're drawing if you have no idea what muscles look like underneath the skin. If you don't know what's making those shapes and what's putting those things in certain places, you have to go back and study that. Otherwise, you're just going to be guessing, and guessing is always going to lead to frustration. So. Let's do this one. Takes the place of you. Oops. Wait, what's going on? There we go. Let's do this one. Yeah. Okie doke. I do like that this one's in a value scale. You like the line because it helps locate tension and weight? Yeah, for sure. No, it's definitely a helpful thing. I just struggle to use it probably appropriately. I just think really sculpturally, and for my brain, I like to find like the hip, the ribs, and then like kind of think about all that stuff. Like with this, I can tell like the weight is here, right? So like if you were drawing, if anyone's like still confused about line of action, like this would be line of action basically. You just locate the curve. You can also do like, I don't know. You can also do like simplified gestures too to help first before you do a longer study, and that can help you find that stuff too. But yeah, like this would be a line of action. It gives you a guide to follow basically. I just tend to prefer shapes. So like for me, it's like I'm thinking about like the organs, the muscles, the bones, and kind of where they kind of bubble together, I guess. I tend to think pretty like in like organic shapes, I guess. I don't know. Every brain works differently though, so the trick is really just to find what works for your brain, right? So if it helps you to find those things that way, do it that way. You know, like whatever is going to help you achieve the look you're wanting, and achieve the proficiency that you're wanting. For me, I think I just prefer this bubbly sort of drawing. Yeah, like I said, everyone's different, so. The only wrong is if you're not thinking about anatomy. So like if it's helping you think about the structure of the figure, then it's good, you know? If it's something that is just you copying is never going to help you grow. You have to understand what you're drawing if you want to actually get better at drawing from the imagination. And that's why we talk so much about like form and contour and like thinking about, you could even break this down and just draw contour lines if that helps you think about like here's where the thigh is coming up, the height, you know, where the shadow is probably. And that's going to help you kind of think about how this is a three-dimensional form. You can also break it into shapes, right? So it could be like cylinders. If that helps you think about form, do it that way. You know, cones, whatever. But break it down however is helpful for you to help you think about form, because that's going to be the really, like, the catalyst, I think, to making a proficient drawing. But yeah, I'm thinking about proportion while I do this. I'm not just copying. So I'm thinking about the relation of the hip to the hand, and I'm thinking about how large the head is compared to the torso. You have to just think about this stuff constantly. Yeah, tends to follow the curve of the spine, exactly. Yeah. I think I said that earlier, but maybe I didn't. It's just one of those things that helps you think about the anatomy underneath and keeps you from, yeah, just copying a person. And it's honestly, I actually find line of action a little more helpful when I'm doing live drawing, but I find it less helpful for some reason this way. That could just be my brain being silly. I do have a very silly brain. Okay. Here we go. Another figure done. I'm just doing quick ones today, I think. I'm not really feeling like doing a long extended drawing. Let's do another. I think you're gonna join the gym, but with tighter time constraints. What do you mean tighter time constraints? You can set whatever timers you'd like to, Mike. I always tell people at the start of the art gym, like if you want to time yourself, you can just set a 30-minute timer, 15-minute timer, whatever is helpful for you. Or you can do 30-second gestures. If you go to that link at the top of chat, we do gesture drawing all the time. We did it last time, I think we did 30-second gestures. But there is if you would like to, I'm not trying, just do whatever you need to, but if you need the resources, if you click that link at the top of chat, go to the figure drawing section, there's like 4 different websites that you can set timed gesture drawings for whatever time you'd like. You could do like 10 seconds, you could do 10 minutes. I find that very helpful. I also like the fast gestures too. But yeah, anyone is welcome to do whatever they want. I always try to tell people and make it really clear, you don't have to draw what I'm drawing, you don't have to draw in the way that I'm drawing. This is just what I've decided to do for myself today. But if somebody is like, I want to draw birds, go draw some birds. If somebody says, I want to draw my hand, I want to draw my cat laying on the couch, do whatever you'd like. This is just what I'm choosing to do today, but that does not mean everybody has to do what I'm doing, because I don't find that that's super helpful. Because everybody's in different places with what they want to practice too and how they want to practice. So it's more like the art gym is just an opportunity to come together and study. You did a 30-minute session with line of action. That sounds awesome, Mike. That's excellent. Line of action's good. Let's see. Which one have I not done? I feel like I've done so many of these. We've done so many figure drawing sessions. I'm struggling to remember which ones I've already done and which ones I haven't. Yeah, we also have, yeah, Pure Ref is great. I think I've done this one before. I'm gonna do a sitting pose. I don't think I've done this one. Yeah, I just appreciate people hanging out and keeping me accountable at the art gym to actually do these. Because I definitely would not do them. I'm just going to focus on the figure here. Get rid of the extra space. Alrighty. You can't even figure it takes time, Smurf. Just you have to go into it knowing. So there's this saying, if people haven't heard it before, that it takes 1,000 bad drawings to make a good drawing. And of course, bad and good are subjective, but just going into it with the mentality that I'm here to make 1,000 bad drawings, and don't expect proficiency on your first drawing. And I think that's why it's helpful for me to have this as the motto. Every single time we start this, we talk about we're just getting the bad drawings out, you know? So I am 2 bad drawings closer to the level of proficiency that I want to achieve. And that's sort of the idea, is like, you know, we're all doing it together. We're all struggling together. You think after 1,000 you would barely, I don't know, you'd be surprised. It depends on how you're practicing too. Like if you're practicing without actually looking at what you're drawing and you're just drawing what you think you see rather than what you're actually seeing, then yeah, you may not improve as fast. A lot of people actually struggle with that a lot. They say, I've been drawing for 10 years and I haven't gotten any better. And I would argue that you might accidentally be just redrawing your schema over and over. You might just be drawing the same thing over and over, and that's why you're not seeing progress. It's because you're not trying to challenge yourself. You're not bringing new things into your visual library. Like I did this when I was a kid, for sure. I drew the exact same dragon like for a year. Like I basically drew this dragon to the point where I can still pretty much like, this is more or less what I drew all the time. And I just drew it the exact same way every time. I never tried any different angles. I never tried to challenge myself. I drew a dragon in profile just like this for like all of 7th grade. Like sometimes I'd give it more horns or sometimes I'd give it stripes, but like it basically, I just did this over and over. And so this is a schema. So what I was actually doing was I wasn't really drawing. I was just using my schema. Yeah, and you know, it's fine. It was fun, but like, did it help me improve? No. And I think we still do that. Like people do that all the time. And so it's depends on how you're drawing, right? People often also say, you know, I can draw, but I can only draw from a reference. So that's another common problem. That's because you're not actually studying what you're drawing. You're just copying what you're seeing. And there's the best way to break that I know of is go take a figure drawing class. So if you go and draw from live humans, you don't have these implied lines. Do you guys see how there's like an implied, like that line doesn't exist in reality, right? It's just implied because this is a flattened 2-dimensional image, right? So because we flatten this image, our brain looks at it and it interprets this as a line. This is something that's traceable, right? You can't trace real life. You know? You can look at real life, but your brain has to interpret the implied line and try to find it on the page. And that's where you're going to see growth, is when you're actually taking a 3-dimensional object and you're having to retrain your brain how to study that object and convert it into a 2-dimensional drawing. So if you're somebody who struggles with only being able to draw if you have a reference, and that reference has to be a 2-dimensional reference, unless you're trying to be a hyper-realist, which is a totally different skill set of like technique. But if your goal is to be able to draw from imagination and you can only draw from reference, then you need to retrain your brain to stop copying and start studying. Start asking questions while you're drawing. And again, the way to do that is to know what questions to ask. So you got to start with like anatomy. You got to start with understanding the forms of what's actually making up the thing you're drawing. Like when I'm drawing this, I'm not thinking about the exact shape of her head. I'm thinking about what's going on underneath. Like there's jawbones, there's cheekbones, there's all this stuff that we were looking at in the skull here, and then I'm thinking about how the skull is connected to the neck bones here, and I'm thinking about like, oh, that rib cage is tilted forward, right? So it's like here's the rib cage, but because she's leaning forward, I would actually, if she had no bones and muscles, I'd be able to see down the top of the rib cage. So it's like that's why you sometimes see people drawing like cylinders and stuff to kind of remind themselves of these things over the top of images. So it's all about retraining your brain to think about what you're drawing and not just think about outlines and copying, right? So I'm thinking about what's happening with the pose. There's a little line of action there. Are you proud of me, Amaze? A little sternum line of action. I do use it for sternum. I think the sternum guide is really helpful for me because it makes me think about this, right? Think of it like a dimensional object there. But I'm thinking about foreshortening. I'm thinking about what the bones are doing is what I'm thinking of, and I'm drawing the form, the muscle around the bones. So that's what I'm actually drawing. So when you see an artist like doing studies like this, they're not copying. They're actually thinking about form. And so you have to retrain your brain to think that way. The CAD engineering art, yeah. I mean, art and science do definitely have some crossover for sure. In fact, we did a co-stream with a scientist on Wednesday for anyone who missed it. The VOD is still up, although I do recommend going to Nerdowino's page to watch the VOD if you want to see the interview part, because my audio was messed up and you can't really hear him on my VOD because I'm dumb and I just wasn't sure like how the audio would work if I changed it midstream. I didn't want it to universally apply a new audio rule because then that would make my whole VOD muted and copyright stricken, which is another reason why I think I'm gonna swap to a different music like playlist, because if I am gonna keep doing co-streams, I don't want to have to think about that every single time, and it's just a big pain to reset everything. But yeah, go to Nerdowino's page. Oh, thank you, Amaze, for getting that shout out. I appreciate that. Yeah, guys, if you're not following Nerdowino, we did a co-stream with him on Wednesday, and you can go watch that on his page. Just scroll to the end of his VOD, or I guess the middle. I'm not sure how long he streamed before I got on there. If you want to see the interview. Of course, watch the whole VOD too, because he always talks about really cool space science and space news. But if you want to go listen to a former NASA scientist and an artist talk about art and science, and then play a little art game at the end, which we did, yeah. A little you can draw and I can prove it to you in 5 minutes art game. It's my little quick lesson on that I use out in the wild and when I was teaching. Ouch. What dim bones do, exactly. Exactly. You gotta know, you gotta think about it. It's like I'm thinking about the muscles. I'm thinking about like, where what the leg would be doing behind this leg as I draw. Again, it's not about copying. It's about understanding. And you can't understand if you're not studying and you're not thinking about form and dimension. And I'm definitely not like a pro at this. Like I have lots to learn. There's so many things I don't do well when it comes to this that I'd like to improve on, but that is why I'm trying to make myself do humans in the art gym, because this is an area I need to work on. This is an area that I'm not as confident in. And I just haven't spent a lot of time doodling people like I should. In fact, if I have time this year, I may end up doing art fight again. I don't know if there's anybody in here who does art fight. But I use it as like a character art challenge, and I try to go and find like human characters to draw and try to like make myself be more interested in drawing people by finding other people's characters. So if anyone is an art fighter, let me know. Or if you'd like to check that out. Oh, Neil, if I see that. I do have an art fight command, I think, yeah. So that'll be happening in July. We'll see if I have time, because I'm also trying to do con prep, but oh my gosh, portraits are another thing. We haven't done a portrait study in a while. I need to go struggle through some portraits. Oh, I'm so bad at So bad at faces. That's a big area of growth I need to work on this year too. Okay, save. We do have another Draw Me an Animal redeem, so I'm going to do that really fast. Let's see, it is a Guam Kingfisher. Oh, I kind of know what a Kingfisher is. But I don't know if I know specifically this Kingfisher. Okay, so I have 5 minutes on the clock to draw this critter. It is 10:53, so I have at least 5 minutes to, or maximum of 5 minutes to draw it. So let's just go. I think Kingfishers are the ones that have the really big beaks. And little, like, big heads and tiny bodies, if I'm remembering correctly. I think a kookaburra might be a type of kingfisher, but I'm not totally sure. But they, like, dive into the water. That's what I remember about them. Baby. Alright. There's my kingfisher. You have a Lego kingfisher? No way, that's cool. Let's make him brightly colored, because I feel like some of them can be pretty colorful. Is it a king that fishes, or one that fishes for kings? Ooh. Ooh. This feels like a... Fishers of men sort of question. I'm gonna say it's a king that fishes. Because he's got that little crown of feathers there. Okay. Did a silly thing Did a silly thing revolving that? Wait, what do you mean? Oh, involving that. Oh, I see. Yeah, that was I have no idea. I'm actually trying to think, like, if I even remember what colors a kingfisher has. Oh yeah, no worries. I'm trying to remember the last time I even looked at a picture of a kingfisher. This will be a good review. What do we got here? I got 2 minutes left. I'm gonna say we're just gonna go with this. It's probably not the right colors, but it's probably like green or something. But let's do a branch. Like he's waiting to pounce. Sorry, I keep hitting the microphone. Sorry if that was loud for anybody. Okay, and then we'll do like a tree heavy jungle scene or something back behind. And then we'll do some sky peeking through. Like he's kind of above a river or something. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why I'm doing it this way. Very silly. Just pretend this is like tree branches and stuff in the background. And then there's the river down there beneath. He's like watching. Watching for fish. Okay, we're gonna say that this is a Guam kingfisher. I'm gonna look it up really fast. What time is it? It is. Oh my gosh, it's already almost 11. We need to do the show and tell piece. Okay. Guam kingfisher. I didn't really have time to talk about the other stuff I wanted to talk about, but oh yeah. So okay, yeah, they have the big head, big beak. This one is very pretty. Not at all what I was the colors I got totally wrong. But yeah, here's a Guam kingfisher. They have blue, they do have blue wings, but they have very yellow, like very bold yellow. So yeah, I did not know this bird. I just kind of knew what a kingfisher was. I forgot a lot of them have those eye stripes. It's from Guam. It's restricted to a captive breeding program. Oh my gosh, it's extinct in the wild. No. Ugh. It's extinct in the wild primarily due to predation by the introduced brown tree snake. Hate that. Hate that. I wonder how many there are. Conservation status. It was extirpated from its natural habitat after the introduction of brown tree snakes, last seen in the wild in 1986, and the birds are now U.S. listed as endangered. Captive breeding program. There's only 9? Wait, what? Hold on. Oh, a population of fewer than 200 vigils. Okay, I was like, there's only 9 left. You guys, this is an emergency. Okay, so there's, well, it's still not great that there's fewer than 200, but that's better than there being 9. Okay, if protected areas can be established and the threat of brown tree snakes is eliminated, then they can be reintroduced. As of September 2024, all 9 of the Guam kingfishers that were transferred from Brookfield Zoo, blah, 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 have been released on Cooper Island. Oh, they did start a reintroduction program then. The introduced population has since begun breeding with the first eggs sighted in April of 2025. The first laid in the wild in over 40 years. That's really cool. That's super cool. They made it onto a forever stamp as part of the endangered species set in 2023. Aww. Well, that's exciting. I'm excited that they're starting to reintroduce them. I hope that they're able to make a comeback. They're very pretty. If you haven't seen one of these before, highly endangered. They just had a pair lay eggs in the wild a month ago. That's amazing. Well, thank you so much for sharing this. It's always fun to hear a successful conservation story. There is the brown tree snake that has been hunting them to extinction. It is not native to where they live, and that's why they have no natural defenses against it. It's a very common issue with introduced species, which is why you should never release an animal into the wild that does not belong there. It is bad, including cats, guys. Including cats. Stop introducing your animals into the wild. Yeah, this is great. Very, very cool. Well, thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate that. Hey Storm, how you doing? It's good to see you. Let's see. You can post the thing if you want to in the Discord. Smorf, only if you want to. We are gonna look at the figure drawings that people have done now though, because I do have some stuff I need to do. I didn't get very many done today. Should I do one more? We'll do one more 5-minute one just to give people time to finish up what they're doing. Okay, I'll do one more 5-minute study. And then we'll look in the Discord in the art gem section. Just please, again, make sure if you do share something in the art gem that it is work safe. That is my only request, is that it is work safe. Yes, I know it's Kudo. Sorry, it's just a habit of saying the first part of a name on Twitch. You're probably going to run into that a lot, but I do know who you are. I apologize. Let's see. Yeah, I have the habit of only reading part of the name Kudo because it's sometimes people try to troll you with Twitch names, and so it's just a habit I have developed to make sure that I don't accidentally say something I should not. Let's see. Oh, here's a good one. Do this nice dynamic pose here. Okay. Whoa, hey guy. Hey guy, calm down. There we go. Alright, quick little sketch, and then I'm going to get into the Discord. So if anyone has any studies they'd like to share, whether they are figure drawing or anything else, feel free to drop them in there. I'm going to really quickly draw this out, and then we will get on to it. Let's see. So again, I'm just going to kind of quickly draw in like the big shapes, kind of just looking for the most dynamic parts of it and simplifying to express what I need to express, right? So we got the calf muscle connecting here to the heel. There's like some really nice things to notice in this pose. There we go. Ringbolt, no worries. I totally understand. I have hit the Discord limit myself, and I still haven't had time to go through and like see which servers I want to stay in and which ones I want to drop. Because obviously I can't be active in all 100 of them. But yeah, there's some that I'm not in, that I'm not super active in, but I want to stay in for various reasons, and it's just one more thing that I don't have time to do. So yeah, I understand. No pressure to join the Discord. If you do want to participate and you can't join or don't want to join the Discord for whatever reason, I do also make a post on Blue Sky. If anybody wants to post their study on my Blue Sky post, or you can make your own. I guess you could post it or in the chat too, as long as it's work safe. There's other ways to participate if you're not in Discord. Discord is just the easiest place to look because they're all together, you know. But I also understand because, yeah, like I said, I also cannot get into any more Discords right now. So it is a problem. It's easy to do. The longer you stay on Twitch, it's like everybody has Discord and you can't be in all of them, you know. Yeah. Someone come rescue me. Yeah, it's just tough. It's tough to... You only have so much time in the day, and one of my goals this year was actually to get more involved in the Discords that I'm in, but I haven't really been able to achieve that because, if anything, I've gotten more busy this year. Yeah, no, for sure, Amaze. I think I didn't make my own for a long time when I started streaming. I think I finally made my own Discord quite a while after starting streaming, actually. I think I had to be convinced to do it because I was like, I already can't keep on top of the ones I'm in. But when you have your own, it's like you really don't have time for others, and I feel kind of bad because like I do want to be more active, but it's like I can't. I literally have to be on the computer all day long to be active in all the Discords I want to be active in. And I got stuff I got to do, unfortunately, so like I need to finish prepping for cons, and I'm getting way too involved in all the straps and things here. I just need to focus on the body. Yeah, anyway, you guys get it, so. Yeah, all that to say, that's why I don't ever pressure. I don't ever want anyone to feel pressured to join mine. It's just there if anybody wants it. I do feel like we have a really awesome group of folks in the Discord, so thank you to anybody who's in there keeping that space cozy and fun for everybody. Thanks to the mods, too, for keeping an eye on stuff. I know it's a lot. Yeah, apparently if you don't have Nitro, you have a maximum of 100 Discord servers that you can be in. And I hit that maximum, like, gosh, last fall. I think I'm in at the max that I can be in. So I'm all tapped out there. So yeah, if I'm not in somebody's Discord, don't be offended. It's not you, it's just that I can't join anymore. And I haven't had time to go through and figure out which ones I want to leave or stay in. It's hard, you know, because I joined them for a reason. But there's probably a few I could leave that are not super active. Okay, I think we're gonna call it there. Okay, we're just gonna call it here on this, and I'm gonna get into the Discord, speaking of Discords, and go look at what you guys drew. So if you did a study, last call, if you'd like to drop it in the Discord, we will show it here on stream in a sec as long as it is work safe. And if a mod asks you to fix something or move it, if it doesn't belong there, please just Please don't give them a hard time about it. It's nothing personal. We're just trying to keep it safe and fair for everybody. And yeah, thanks for understanding. Okay. Let's see. I'm just trying to move stuff. There we go. Now they're all together and easily screenshotted for later. So saving that, there's mine from today, my quick studies. I'm going to hop into the Discord and oh shoot, we're in an ad break. Sorry everybody, I did not notice. I did not notice we were in an ad break. If you can hear the sound of my voice, this is your opportunity to stretch. Everybody who can hear me, please unshrimp yourselves. You're going to take your hunched back posture and just kind of overarch backwards to kind of make a C shape and push your shoulder blades together. And hold for about 20 seconds. Hey Kev, how are you? Sorry, I totally was just focused on the study. Was not paying attention to chat. Let's see. So just hold, push, and hold. And you're really gonna try and like flex. Don't just like hold them together loosely, but really push them. And then after 20 seconds, you just unarch your back basically. So you're gonna go from like this with your back to this, overarch, and then relax. So it just kind of straightens you up basically, which I find very helpful. I'm also going to do some wrist rotations just to... I kept falling asleep on my arm in like weird positions last night, and my hand fell asleep like twice. It was very scary. I feel like that's not good for your extremities, right? To be cut off from blood for a while, and I have no idea how long I was asleep on them. I'm just feeling like maybe I should give some extra attention to those tendons, because that's definitely not a thing I used to do. All these top physiques making us look bad. No, Austerlitz, yeah. I know, it's tough. I do have some models that are less archetypal, but yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Kev had some scientific fun facts that I missed. There they are. Okay. Scientific fun facts about the human body from Kev. Okay, everybody listen. These are always very accurate. Fact number 1. The human body is super silly. Agreed. We exchange all of our evolution points for a big brain that we use to get into fights with strangers on the internet. Yeah, it's facts. Facts, though, Kev. 2. Humans gained arms and thumbs because God realized that humans needed them to make the hit claymation series Wallace and Gromit. It's true. That's true. I like these facts. 3. Casey has a unique body where her sunglasses are permanently fused to her head. Yeah, this is part of my skull. You're not supposed to tell anyone that, Kev. Thank you as always, Kev, for your scientific fun facts. Let's see. Yeah, same. 100 Discords is impossible to be active in and have a life outside to it. Yeah. Well, heck, even just like being active in like 4 Discords is honestly more than I think my schedule can handle. Let's see. No, Kev, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. In an effort to completely make you roll your eyes from cuteness, we are now having a little picnic at a park on the bay. You guys are so cute! Ah, you guys are so cute. Relationship goals for sure. I hope you're enjoying. That sounds adorable. You know what, Mike? It happens. It's okay. Hey, Shimzy, how are you? Becomes more shrimp. No! At least... No. Don't become more shrimp. Hey, Pinion, how's it going? It's good to see you. You woke up and your thumb was all the way backwards? Ouch. KCAI? Oh yeah, that's right. We decided I'm not real, I'm AI. Yeah, for sure. How you doing, Pinion? Pinion, is today the last day or did you already submit? What's the update? What's the latest, friend? For those who don't know, Pinion Paint is pushing for partner. Presently. Promptly, even. That's all I have. But yeah, the alliteration is off the charts, and I'm so excited. I think you're definitely going to make it. Going well. Literally about to submit. Yes, do it. Submit. I'm curious what the application looks like. Definitely curious what you have to do, or if it's just like an intro to yourself. Anyway, I'll ask you later, but good luck with the application. Let's see. I'm going to go into the Discord now. Last call. If you have any studies, please just again make sure that they are studies that you drew from reference or studies that you drew from observation of some kind. That's what we're trying to reinforce with the art gym. The whole point is to do art. Like, doing studies is not fun for most people, and that's not usually everybody's cup of tea. So we're trying to encourage people to do those studies. So here is the Discord link if anyone needs it. As we just talked about, it's okay if you don't join the Discord too. Feel free to post on the Blue Sky or drop a link in chat. As long as it's work safe, we'll show it on screen. No worries, Amaze. It's so basic. It's just like one box to talk about yourself. Which, yes, it took 400. Yeah, it takes forever. No, I agree. Listen, Pinion, I submitted to be at Artist Alley for TwitchCon this year. And I think the character limit is like 250 characters. And it took me like half a day. Because also, it's like, how do you concisely represent yourself well in a way that is intriguing to the person reading it? I think that's the big challenge when you have a character limit like that. So anyway, I understand. I hope it goes well. I'm sure it will. Just submit it and then you'll have it done with. Yeah. You did some observation but didn't have pics in your workspace. As long as it's drawn from observation, that's okay. Yeah, observation doesn't have to be reference pictures. Just anything that's drawn not from your imagination. That's basically the whole point of the art gym, is to not draw from the imagination. So as long as that's what you did, you're good. It's awful. You're at like 550 words. There's no character limit. Oh gosh. Okay, a lack of character limit does sound kind of intimidating. Hey Melimini, how are you doing? How are you doing? So I'm going to scroll through really fast to make sure that there's nothing not work safe in here. So far it looks good. Okay, yeah, I don't think anyone did anything that's going to get me in trouble for my TwitchCon application, or anything else. So I'm going to scroll up to the last thing we looked at on screen. Welcome in, Melimini. It's good to see you. If you guys aren't following Melimini, when is I know Melimini's in the middle. You guys are in the middle of Doodle May for streaming, but I forget when the streaming applications open up. I think that was such a cool event last year, and I would love to encourage people from my community to participate. So if you guys aren't, the applications are in October. Yeah. So streaming happens in October, but I thought we had to apply earlier. Was it just September? Anyway, you guys should go follow Melimini and check out streaming. It's a really fun month-long Twitch art streamer drawing challenge. People can apply to like host a word. August applications. Okay, cool. I figured it was coming up. Yeah, keep eyes peeled, guys, if you are wanting to do that. For those who missed it, I did Dinosaur last year, predictably. But Melimini's great. Lovely vibes, lovely art. Always a good time over there. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to go into the Discord and we are going to look at what you guys did. So I'm going to look basically at everything that's under my oil paint study from last week. I did an oil painting co-stream with Beat Easel and Claire for anyone who missed it. So that's what that was from. But now we're going to look at what you guys did. So I'm going to go into the rest of them. And if anyone did post something elsewhere, just let me know and I'll keep an eye out for it. In fact, let me just check Blue Sky really fast. I don't think anybody did when I checked, but yeah, I think we're good. Okay, cool. So yeah, we have first up from Dracon. Dracon, I don't know if you're in chat, but this is a lovely study of this betta fish. Highly colorized betta fish, but still very, very pretty. Really nice job with the flow and paying attention to the highlights and stuff. I think that's, sometimes people can look at this and just feel like overwhelmed. So yeah, it looks great though. Lovely stuff. And if anyone is a streamer who participates in the art gym, just let us know so we can shout you out. But yeah, really, really fun textures too. I'm not sure what program you use, Dracon, but it looks awesome. You focus too much on perfection. Yeah, we all do. It's easy to do. Yeah. Oh, Shrug, thank you. I appreciate that follow. Yeah, these sketches are really, really flowy. Very, very pretty, Dracon. Thank you so much for sharing. Are a ton better than the stuff usually. Oh, that's awesome. That's great to hear, Dracon. That's awesome that you feel like the art gym sessions are like helping you make better work than you normally do. That's great. That's what our goal is. For anyone who's new to the art gym, that's what we're doing right now. I'm gonna just do a quick little overview. The art gym, the whole point is to be an accountability session for artists to do observational studies. This is usually like the less fun part of art making, is the actual practice and study and building that visual library. The point of this is not to draw from imagination or from your head. The point is to draw from actual reality so that you can develop the images that you can draw from your head. So this is how you get better at drawing from imagination, is you do studies. And I'm trying to get better, and I'm just inviting people to join me. I always tell people, like, I'm not saying I'm like the most proficient at this. I just need the accountability. So thank you all for joining. And yeah, I'm glad that it's an honor that it's helpful, honestly. Dracon, it's helpful to know that people are getting something out of it, because it is hard, at first. Like, we all struggle because we feel like we're not drawing well. And that's, again, part of why the the theme is let's get the bad drawings out. So thank you for joining. I'm glad it's helpful. It happens, Smurf. No worries. No one's gonna get in trouble or anything. It's just the point is to draw from to actually build your visual library, to not just guess, but to draw what you're actually seeing. And then that way your visual library can be more expansive. This is from Suntroa, who I do know it streams. Let's see if we can get a shout out for Suntroa if I have a mod listening. This looks amazing, Suntroa. Lovely fish. Lovely tropical fish study. I feel like I'm missing stuff in chat. Oh, hey, Dally. How are you? It's good to see you. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you, Maze. I appreciate that. This looks awesome. Really, really lovely study. Really nice job with the colors. I really like the stylized way that you kind of layered in the scales. This looks great. Really, really good proportions too. It feels like it has a lot of depth, right? Like even though there's no shading, it's obvious that you were paying attention to like the proportions and the foreshortening of the animal. Lovely, lovely study. And make sure you guys go follow Suntroa if you aren't already. A relatively newer streamer here on Twitch. Beautiful stuff. And this one's from Clem. Clem has been doing such a good job of breaking down what they're drawing into shapes. And I always like to use Clem as and Clem, I don't feel like hopefully you don't feel like you have to keep drawing this way. I just really like that you show your thinking and you show your process with this, because I think it's a good example for people who are struggling to understand how to look at a reference image and create depth. So like by drawing the planes of the face, for example, like right here, this is an excellent example of just like looking at the planes of the fish you were looking at and trying to like figure out what they look like in dimension and thinking about foreshortening and proportion and breaking those things down. I think you do a really great job of that. And this practice of drawing this way over time is going to help you become better at just automatically thinking about these things as you're studying or as you're drawing. So this is a great practice. Let's see. Fish. I know, right? Great fish. Let's see. We did tropical fish studies last week. Yeah. Attempt to drone pose. I see. No worries, Smurf. This looks great, Clem. And Clem, I can't remember. I think you said you were in chat today, but if you have, if you stream, let us know and we'll shout you out. I can't remember. I don't think you do, but let us know. She means do keep drawing this way? No, I don't. No, stop. I mean, how do I delete? My mods have been, especially Maze, has been teasing me so much. I want to delete this. How do I do that? Just ignore that. You don't stream. Okay, that's what I thought. Clem, these look great though. Really nice textures. Oh my god, look at this one. What was the name of this fish? I've seen this fish before and I can't remember what they're called. I love the structure. Really, really, like, and you can see how it's impacting the way that you're drawing the shapes, right? Like, even though you didn't draw all the contour lines here, I can feel the dimensionality of this sketch. You know, I feel like you're really kind of getting a knack for it. I hope you're finding it helpful, Clem. I think you're doing a great job. Really, really good studies. Fun to look at. So satisfying. I know, right? You struggle with breaking the form down from life. Yeah, I think it's hard. Clem makes this look easy, but this is not an easy, like if you sit down and try to look at a reference of even a simple animal like a fish and try to break it down like this, you're going to find it's going to be a lot harder than you think. Now, you can make it easier on yourself if you go look at some skeletons from different angles of these animals or some muscles and just kind of like help you find the planes. But it's like doing a puzzle. I love that. Yeah, Clem makes it look easy, but this is not easy. However, it is going to help you think dimensionally if you're somebody who struggles with copying versus studying. If you're somebody who feels like they need a reference to be able to draw from imagination, thinking like breaking your references down like this and just doing a few studies from different angles like this is the first step. One of the first steps you can take, I think, anyway, to becoming somebody who can look at a reference or look at something and think dimensionally instead of like just copying lines, basically, because that is how you're going to get better at drawing from imagination. And it's going to be hard at first. It's going to be not your favorite thing, because remember, we have to get the bad drawings out, right? You have to get through all those bad drawings to make those proficient drawings. But you're doing great, Clem. HDMZ, another art streamer here on Twitch, does a ton of observational drawings, and I love that HDMZ shows us the stuff that they're drawing out in the world, right? Having a small sketchbook that you fit in your pocket or your bag is a super, 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 super smart practice to actually utilize if you are trying to get better at developing your drawing skill, because this is going to develop your observation eye so much faster than drawing from two-dimensional objects, like two-dimensional images on the screen, right, or in a book. Like you're going to have to think about form if you're drawing things that are in the third dimension, which is, you know, what we see around us. So this is great. I love that you're drawing people you see, objects you see. Very inspiring stuff, HDMZ, and definitely very cool that you're doing this, and I appreciate you showing that with us and encouraging us. I actually pulled out my sketchbook the other day, and I was like, I'm going to be like HDMZ, and I'm going to draw something, and I did. I was sitting in a very boring lecture, and I drew the person speaking. I think it's great, and I hope more people will look at this and want to be inspired to do this, and this is the purpose of the art gym, right, is to inspire each other to do the hard work. And thank you for doing that. And make sure you guys go follow HDMZ as well. Also streams here on Twitch. Here we have a lovely study from our amazing Fan15 mod. Lovely job doing the, man, you really nailed the the dimensional part of this drawing today. Excellent work. I'll get you that shout out because I know you won't want to, I know you won't want to shut yourself out. That's always an awkward position to be in, but I will do it for you. Yeah, this looks fantastic. Really good job breaking down the face, too. I really need to focus more. We probably are going to do a portrait study next month, just because I haven't done one in a few months, and I need it, you guys. I've got to start breaking down the face into planes and thinking about how it's put together more, because I can tell when I'm doing a face that I'm just drawing on my schema. I'm not actually looking at what's there, and I'm not understanding what's there, so... we'll do a portrait study next month, but you did a great job with all of this. The face, the body, the proportions, the foreshortening of this leg and this arm. Really, really tough right here. You've been trying to get better. Faces are tough. They're tough to... It's one of the hardest things, I think, because it's the first place we all look when we look at a figure. Because of the eyes, right? That's just how we work. And man... You can show me how to draw portraits? Please do. Please do, Dali. We've done, I don't know if you were around, Dali, for the last portrait study we did. I think it was a few months ago. Yeah, it's, I mean, we definitely look at the, whatever that planes of the face guy's name, I forget his name all the time. We did a lot of that, but anyway, this looks amazing, and I hope you guys all follow Maze if you aren't already. Lovely, lovely stuff. And here we have Beats. Beats, these are lovely gestures. Looks like we have a bunch of 90-second gestures. It's cool. See, feel free to do your own thing. Like I said, Beats just did some time gesture studies. This is definitely a good way to go. If you're wondering how this is helpful, if you're looking at this and you just don't understand like why this is a helpful practice, what this is going to do is it's going to teach you quickly how to assess proportion, how to assess movement in a pose. It's just going to force you to make quick decisions because you only have 90 seconds or 45 seconds or 30 seconds or whatever amount of time you give yourself. So you just have to move quickly. And this is going to help you break that perfectionism habit that so many of us have, right? We want it to look perfectly, you know, just like the image. And this is going to force you not, like, you just can't do that. You can't sit there and fiddle over it in 90 seconds. You've got to get the big structures, you know, the trunk of the body, the proportions of the head to the body, the gesture of what's happening. And then you move on to the next one. Like, you don't have time to sit there and waffle over it. And that's what creates these awesome, just these awesome poses. These look great, Beats. Really, really great gestures. You really, really nailed all the movement. And again, for anyone who's wondering about the line of action, you can see Beats has got the line of action here in all of these. That's that straight line down the body, just showing you where the spine is, basically where the center of the body is. Yeah, but you can also do line of action like on the main action line. There's multiple ways to do it, but it does typically follow the spine. But these look great, Beats. Fantastic. I love these studies. These are really dynamic, really fun to look at. And the proportions, you just really nailed the proportions on those. Nice job. Yeah, for sure. All right, moving on to the next one. Yeah, we're all perfectionists, Morph. I think perfectionism, honestly, is part of the art process. I think it's a really hard habit to break. Like, I'm struggling with it for sure. I actually do think streaming this and I love these, Barbara. We will get to these in a sec. I'm just talking about perfectionism because I know it's something that a lot of artists struggle with. I think it's a lot of why this art gym has been so helpful for me because, man, if you guys go back and watch like the early art gyms, just the idea of making a bad drawing or a drawing I didn't like on stream was like paralyzing. Like, I almost couldn't do, I was just like so nervous. And you can see those on my YouTube channel if you want, but like reminding myself of this idea of we have to get the bad drawings out, like, and just kind of showing that like not everybody makes a good drawing every time, I think is really helpful. So at least I don't know. I feel like I'm a lot better with that than I used to be, but I still struggle with perfectionism, but I think embracing the bad drawings is part of that process for me. And I don't know, maybe that's helpful for others too. You tend to worry about making it look as good as possible. Yep, exactly, Dracon. I think that's what I'm trying to say is that's an extremely common problem that most of us have. I think most artists on some level do carry some amount of perfectionism because you're constantly self-critiquing. Like the whole idea of art making is critiquing and improvement. And so it's hard not, honestly, I would say it's more rare not to be a perfectionist as an artist. I think that's honestly the level I would like to achieve, that level of just embracing making art, of not being a perfectionist, but it's really hard to get there. So these look great, Barboette. I don't think Barboette streams often, but Barboette does stream sometimes. So if we could get a shout out for Barboette. These look fantastic. Did you do these digitally, or you just must have a really great brush that looks almost like charcoal, or you did these in charcoal? Maybe it is a brush. Maybe parts of this do look like a brush. I don't know. These are great though. Holy cow. Such good poses, Barboette. You did a fantastic job. Lovely work with the values, and I do like that you did the reductive method of like drawing the white on top for the highlights. That's part of what makes it have that look of being traditional, actually. These look so good, Barboette. Yeah, make sure you guys go follow Barboette. He streams very sneakily and not very regularly, but definitely give him a follow so you don't miss the next stream. Incredible painter, does a ton of traditional media, but also paints digitally, and obviously is quite proficient. Like the weight in all of these is very solid. They all look like they're standing there. The values are very carefully done. These look awesome. Yeah, lovely job. Yeah, keep in mind everything. It's hard. It's so hard, Dracon. Don't feel like, I just want you to not feel like you're alone in that. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I struggle with that too. I'm working through that. Like, that's the main reason the motto of the art gym is let's get the bad drawings out, because we're all afraid of doing it. We're all afraid of making a bad drawing. It's just part of it. Oh, we have another one from Beats. We have a lovely 7-minute gesture from this pose. You don't have to share your reference, guys, but it does help us to know kind of what you were working from. So it kind of helps me figure out like the foreshortening here in this knee, especially. That's really intense. Great job with this. This is a very unique pose, Barboette, and you really nailed it. I really like the movement. Like you can feel the weight, like where the weight is being kept right here on this leg. Beautiful stuff. Really nice flow to this too. Like she just feels like a waterbender, you know? Yeah, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Thank you so much for sharing, Beats. This is awesome. And another one from Clem. We have some figure studies, again, breaking down into boxes. I'm not going to go into my whole spiel about how helpful this is, but I love how you like thought about the foreshortening here. Like thinking about proportion, like how the hip bones are rotated compared to the ribs, you know, the rib cage in that pose. And just taking those poses and trying to break them down into form. It's a great way to think about it. I'm not going to spend too much time on this page just in case the booty gets me in trouble. But beautiful stuff. Lovely. Honestly, these are great figures though. Lovely, lovely. Man's face came out Disney-like. Hey, that happens. We all have our schema. We all have our style. It's hard to break away from. So if you want to know why it came out Disney looking, I could tell you probably why, but I don't know if you're looking for that. But we all do this. Like I know I did that with my drawing that I did earlier today. Like I could feel myself relying more on schematic drawing and more on style versus what I'm actually seeing. So it's just a hard habit to break. But this skeletal study looks fantastic. Lovely proportional studies. I like the way you did the hair and the values on both of these. Really nice. I like that I can see you like searching for the shapes and trying to think about the dimensions of the skull in both of these portraits. It's tough, but you're tackling it, and that's the important part. Yeah. You think you saw like long to that in Tekken? Dracon, these are great. Thank you so much for participating and drawing along. Thank you everybody for drawing along. We've got a lot of participation today. Hopefully that means people got something out of it, you know? Oh gosh! we got a raid from Maddie Menace. Oh my gosh, welcome in, welcome in. I'm feeling so menaced. Welcome in, raiders. Welcome in. Hey, Mudworks, how's it going? Mr. Salt. And let's see, who else? Anthem, hello, hello. We are doing the show and tell part of the art gym. For anyone who hasn't been here before, the art gym is this study session we do every morning, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 9 a.m. Mountain Time, where we practice. We study from observation, either from observation in life or observation from a reference, like what I did today. Today was figure drawing, but we also do other stuff. It's not always figures. Like we did lizards and skinks the other day. We did birds. This isn't the best example because I feel like that's kind of a random selection, but a lot of times we'll do like environmental stuff or textures or all kinds of things. So welcome in. At the end of the art gym, our whole goal, by the way, is this. We're trying to get the bad drawings out. We're just embracing that we're all making rough drawings today. But at the end, we do a show and tell. So that's what you've just rated into. So welcome in, and thank you for coming by. How was your stream? What did you get up to? Tell us all about it. I'd love to hear. And then I'll introduce myself to the raiders here in a sec. If anyone's not been here before, my name is Casey, by the way. I am a digital artist primarily, but I do some traditional work. And I can show you some of that. But Maddie, if you have any links you want to share. You were drawing dogs! Oh my gosh, we love dogs. If you want to share some pictures. Anything work safe, feel free to drop in the chat. Or if you want to share like a social media link or however we can just talk to people about what you do. And thank you so much for the raid. It really means a lot. I thank you for bringing your people over here. While I'm waiting to see if we have a link, I'll just do a quick little hi, my name is Casey. This is what I draw. I'm a digital illustrator, like I said. I'm trying to get into like kids' books primarily right now, but also like book covers, graphic novels, board game art potentially, like that kind of stuff. So that's mostly what I do. I also freelance, although right now my commissions are not open, but they might be this summer. Trying to get back into conventions. So I'm actually doing some con prep on the side at the moment. But usually if you come in the afternoon, like this afternoon I'll be streaming, typically you can see me working on just like longer format pieces like this. Although this afternoon we're actually doing something special. We're doing something called Character Camp. And it's like an exercise to teach me how to do character art. Like I'm trying really hard to get better at drawing people. It's part of why I'm doing figure drawing today for warm-ups, is because I'm trying to prepare myself for this afternoon. But yeah, I'm here on Twitch mostly like streaming for accountability with my own art goals, but also we do some fun interactive stuff. So like this afternoon, we'll have an opportunity to, what am I trying to say? For chat to suggest words, and then I'll pick words from the list, and we'll draw characters based on those words, and then we'll do kind of a show and tell thing, sort of like at the art gym. So that will be from imagination. But in the morning, I try to do foundational practice. But I also do on the first Wednesdays of the month this thing called Sea Slug Dragons, where chat gets to help me choose a sea slug, and then I'll design a dragon type creature based off of it. I think it's a lot of fun. I really like creature design. It's something I've always enjoyed dabbling in. And one of these I actually sculpted into a sculpture one time. I kind of want to sculpt another one of these sometime. So if anybody has one that you think would be cool as a sculpture, let me know. But this is the one that we made before. And so I did a sculpture. I do sculpting at the end of the month, typically. Here's another fun one. This one is not available online because of all the spikes, but it will go with me to conventions and stuff this year. So last stream of the month is usually traditional and usually sculpting. Anyway, that's what we're doing. I see a link from you though, so let's click that and see what you got up to today. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at these. Look at this doggo. Oh, I love that. We were just talking about reflected and bounce light. I love bounce light in an image. It's always so fun. Is this Procreate? I think you're working in Procreate, right? So cute. Little doggo. Did everyone draw a doggo? Very, very cute, Maddie. Thank you so much for sharing. Oh, we love a doggo here, for sure. But yeah, if you guys haven't followed Maddie, make sure that you do. And once again, thank you so much for bringing your community here. It really means a lot. I'm thinking about potentially pushing for so hard to say, potentially pushing for partner in June. So yeah, it just means a lot that you would bring some folks here and yeah, kind of help give me some confidence to maybe do that. Yeah, Procreate is definitely worth it. Hey, Miss Art Rules, how are you? It's good to see you. But this is adorable, Maddie. A great job, honestly, with the structure of the face. This is a lovely painting. I like the little rim light on the lip here. Very, very cool. Very, very cute. And thank you so much to anybody who came over with Maddie from the raid. Did your studies in Procreate as well. Nice, Dally. Nice. Yeah. We will actually get back to that here in a sec, but I just wanted to say thanks again. I think we got you a shout out. I'm pretty sure we got you a shout out. Yes, thank you so much, Raga, for helping with that shout out. But thanks again for the raid. I really, really appreciate it. Okay, And on that note, this actually kind of works well for the art gym too, because you technically did a study from reference. So welcome to the art gym. You're right on topic. As I always tell people, you don't have to do the thing I'm doing just because I did figure drawing today. You can always just study whatever you feel like. Let's see. Okay. Scrolling on down to Smorf. Was Googling images and doing stuff. Fair enough. Well, if you ever, we won't spend too much time on it just because we want to encourage people to do studies from observation, but I do like that you tried, and I do like that you warmed up with us, and I think that that's awesome. And I think this is honestly, I think for as much as you were saying you were struggling, I think you did a great job. I think you've got some good foundational knowledge of anatomy here, and with a little study and a little observational practice, I think you're going to get to the place that you want to be. So don't give up. I want to encourage you, Smorf. Don't give up. Keep going. I know it's hard, especially when you're like me and you like drawing animals, but I think this is really well done, and I think you've got some basic chops there. So keep going. Just you got to get through those drawings you don't like to get to the ones that you do. Here we have one from Mike. Some really nice gesture drawings. Oh, these are lovely. Really love this one. Really all of these. You did such a good job with this, like putting the weight on this foot down here and that like exaggerated C-shape pose. That hunch. I love how Mike drew the lines that were important. Oh, and Smorf, I'm so sorry. Smorf also streams. I forgot you were streaming again. We give shout outs to people who stream and do the art gym. It doesn't matter if you're an art streamer or not. It's just kind of if you like what you see and you want to go see more, go check out Smorf right up here. But yeah, sorry about that, Smorf. I just forgot that you were back. I'm so used to, I remember you were on hiatus for a long time, but welcome back. First two under a minute each. The climber was 5 minutes of torture. I think you did a good job, though, honestly. I know that one was a lot more complex, but Mike, I think you nailed it. And honestly, I'm honored that you joined us today. Thank you so much. Let us know if you stream, and we'll be happy to shout you out as well. Haley Trace, how are you? Thanks for coming in. It's good to see you. Any tablets that you recommend? Honestly, any of them are probably going to be good. It kind of depends on how much money you want to spend. If you want to get a screen tablet, I would recommend an off-brand like Huion, just because it's going to be a bit cheaper. I have a Canvas 16, I think, at home. That's pretty good. But if you want a Wacom, they are really good, solid products. They are more expensive. But what I always recommend is getting a graphics tablet if you're brand new to art, because you may not... It's just a big money investment if it's just like a hobby that you're picking up on a whim. But because you are somebody who draws, I would say either maybe a Huion tablet, like a smaller canvas, or even an iPad Pro, because you could get Procreate for pretty cheap. But Mike, these look great. Thank you so much for sharing your studies and for drawing with us. I always find it very encouraging, and I often find that when I look at these, it makes me want to do more studies, which is always a good sign. So thank you for encouraging me and for encouraging everybody. Fox Confessor, we have here some lovely, lovely studies. Really love the gesture here. I like your skeletal study over here. This is really fun. Really good job paying attention to the proportion, honestly. It's a little bit stylized, which is totally fine because you can tell that you're really looking at proportion, and you actually really analyzed the bones a heck of a lot more than I did. But I think you did a great job with that, and hopefully it's helpful to just reacquaint yourself with like where the fingers should fall on the thigh bone and how large the head should be in comparison to the shoulders. All those things are really helpful, I think, for moving into actual gesture studies. But this looks great. Really intense pose here that you picked. Nice job on it, though. The proportions look good. The movement looks good. This is really lovely. Nice flow of the dress here, too. Lovely stuff, Fox Confessor. I cannot remember if you stream, but if you do, let us know and we will shout you out. You get a used Wacom. Yes. I really like the Intuos Pro. I think I had the Intuos 4 before the Intuos became their like entry-level Wacom tablets. I really like the Intuos, and it's a graphics tablet. I used it for like over a decade and made most of my work pre-2015 on the Intuos. So it's like the only thing with a graphics tablet is there is a learning curve because it's all about hand-eye coordination because you're looking at the screen while you draw and not your hand. And so I would say give it 2 weeks of daily studies and daily drawing before you give up on it, because it takes about 2 weeks to kind of get that hand-eye coordination down. But the other thing I tell people is like, look, if you know how to use a mouse, then you can learn how to use a graphics tablet. It's the same concept. You're looking at the screen while your hand is doing something else. But you'll get it. It just takes about 2 weeks, and it's a lot cheaper, is the other reason I recommend graphics tablets, because they're really sturdy. They don't tend to break like screen tablets do because there's not a screen. You're not basically drawing on a monitor. But they're just solid. They're just USB plug-in. They're very easy tech. and they usually last a really long time. So that's why I tend to recommend graphics tablets. But yeah, if you really struggle and you don't think you can handle that, then you will spend a little more money on a screen tablet, but those would be good too. Your hand doesn't block what you're doing. That's true. Yeah, if you can get over the hump of watching the screen and not your hand while you draw, which you will. It just takes about 2 weeks, but you will. You've been using a small Wacom. Yeah, I still have my Intuos 4. I haven't used it in a while, so it would probably take me like a week to reacclimate, but I mean, like I said, you can do just as good of work on a graphics tablet as you can a screen tablet. The thing the screen tablet takes away is the hand-eye coordination element. But Fox Confessor, thank you for joining. And Fox, do you stream? Let me know and we'll shout you out. If you would like a shout out. Yeah. You prefer painting on a graphic? I have a lot of professional friends who prefer graphics tablets, honestly. I prefer drawing on the screen tablet for sure. Dally, these are great. Lovely, lovely studies. Look at that portrait. Oh, I think I watched you draw this one the other day. I was lurking on your stream while you were working on this. I'm pretty sure. I feel like it's the one I was watching. This looks great. You guys, if you're not following Dally, make sure that you do. Dally is back to streaming. So give a follow and make sure that you don't miss very fun educational streams. Oh, we've even got some process videos here. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Let's go. Let's watch the master at work here. The Victoria one is from today. Nice, nice. Oh, this is lovely. I love watching the painting process too. Speed paints are always so fun. Don't know why I start with lines because I deleted them immediately. Yeah, I do that too sometimes. It happens. But thank you so much for sharing. These are beautiful. Oh, lovely. I love paint blocking. This is how I tend to do portraits right here. I don't tend to do lines when I do portraits, and it tends to be easier for me when I block like this. I think my struggle for sure is figuring out the lines part and actually not giving up too soon probably is the other thing I need to work on. This looks great. Love the values. Great proportions, of course. Great textures. Dally always does such great stuff, guys. Again, if you're not following Dally Say, make sure that you do. And it looks like that's everybody, so I'm going to take a screenshot of my studies from today. Yeah, I prefer it. Blocking is just, honestly, I have more fun with it. I think it's because it's more sculptural, and my brain tends to think a little more sculpturally anyway when I'm drawing, so I think that's part of why I have kind of drifted more toward painty style recently, is just because it feels more cozy. Even though I drew my whole life, so like drawing is definitely something I'm familiar with. I'm going to screenshot mine from today. I guess I could have cut her foot off. It's not that important. Oh well, it doesn't matter. And I'm going to drop these in the art gym, and then anybody who is still working, don't fret, you can still post your studies. And we will look at them tomorrow. So let's look really fast at what we were doing tomorrow. Don't forget, guys, we are doing the character camp this afternoon. I have a little event up here if you want a reminder. I didn't really announce it or anything. I just kind of made it. Probably should have announced it, but you can always go to the stream schedule here and check the schedule if you want to see kind of my general plan for what's happening. Tomorrow we're doing cloud studies. Oh my gosh, I love clouds. Yay! I'm so excited. I needed that after figure studies today. It was rough. Yeah, so we're going to be doing some cloud studies tomorrow. If you want to come paint clouds with me, we'll be doing that tomorrow at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. Same bat time, same bat place. But this afternoon we'll be doing character camp at 4 p.m., which is part of why I need to run, because I've only got 4 hours now, roughly, until the next stream. So I've got some bunch of stuff I got to do. We'll talk more about the possible partner push this afternoon. I meant to talk about it today, but we just kind of got caught up, which is totally fine. You're a silent lurker, says Jessie by Day. Well, welcome in. Thank you for lurking. You did a 30-second sketch of the climber. Yay! That's exciting! While you were doing insurance paperwork notes. I love that, Jessie by Day. That is actually like the epitome of what I'm hoping for with the art gym. I feel like studies are something you can quickly do even if you only have 5 minutes, and just a little bit every day is going to get you to where you want to go. That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's really encouraging and makes me very happy. But yeah, thanks for popping in to say hi. But yeah, character camp is this afternoon, guys. If you want to come back, it's something we've just started doing where chat can submit words like, I think we've had like malicious and magical and I don't know, round, like whatever words that would describe a character. I will pick 3 or 4, and then we will do some character drawings based on those, and come back at 4 to see what we pick. I'd be a part of that. Very, very cool. Oh, you threw in the art gym. Sweet. We will look at it. Well, we can look at it right now. I might look at it again tomorrow, but we'll definitely look at it tomorrow probably too. This is great. This is great, Jessie by Day. Thank you so much for popping it in here and for sharing. I think you did a great job. The proportions look great. It's always fun to see people just like doodling in the margins or just like doodling at work or doodling on the go. It's very, very cool. Thank you. I'm honored that you would participate. Thank you so much for sharing. I think you did a great job, and hopefully we'll be able to see you doing some more stuff sometime. Needed the break from reading. Hey, sometimes you need that, for sure. But yeah, if anyone wants to come back, like I said, we are doing character camp this afternoon. Thank you all for being here and being just a wonderful encouragement for my day. I really appreciate you all. Thank you to everybody who shows up here in the credits. If anybody isn't already and you would like to follow me on social media, those are the social medias right there in chat that I'm kind of leaning into at the moment. And thank you, Pyro, for the Discord. But yeah, Instagram, Blue Sky. I need to post on Instagram again, actually. But I'm mostly like Blue Sky, YouTube, and Twitch right now. My YouTube is mostly Art Gym VODs. They're posting daily. So if you want a daily warm-up sketch for the days that I'm not streaming, they're posting daily until basically the end of June, when we finally should be caught up to the actual time. And then we're going to start cross-streaming on both YouTube and Twitch. So if you want to get ahead and follow me there. I'm trying to hit 500 followers. Something happens apparently at 500 followers. I'm not sure what it is, but that's what YouTube is telling me. So I'm like, okay, well, we'll just try and we'll see. I think I'm at like 360 or something like that. Anyway, thanks to anybody who follows, and stay tuned because I'd like to do more vlog stuff and maybe some animatics over there on YouTube eventually. But thank you to the new follows today. Thank you for the subs and the resubs. Thank you for the cheers, the raids. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the generous raids. And for the mods, you guys are amazing. Hats off to the mods. I really appreciate you. I'll see everybody, if you want to come back, I'll see you back at 4 p.m. today. Thank you also to the patrons. If people prefer, Patreon is a great way to support, as well as Ko-fi. If you want to get your name on the list, I think it's the fan tier or higher, basically, on Patreon is who I put on the list. So thank you all for being here. Seriously couldn't do any of this without you guys. It's been a very encouraging few months, really year or so now, of being back on Twitch, and yeah, I'm just really appreciative. But let's go find somebody to raid. I tend to look for artists. Typically WorkSafe is what I'm looking for in the preview window. And then we'll just see what we find. Am I gonna eat? Yes, I have my food right next to me. No, thank you guys. Let's see who we can go visit today. Ooh, there's a ton of artists on right now. Holy cow. This is going to be a tough choice. Okay. I usually try to pick people we haven't rated in a while. Oh man, there's so many folks. Let's go say hi. Have we rated this person in a while? I don't know if we've rated them in a while. Question is, who's family? Yeah, I do tend to choose family friendly, but sometimes that there aren't that many family friendly art streamers. I do see one here, but we did raid them recently, so they'll be in my back pocket. But there's a lot of artists on right now that are working on things that are work safe. So here's somebody who's been doing a daily art challenge that I've been kind of lurking on. I think that their work is really awesome, personally. Maybe we'll raid them. I don't think we've ever raided them. I need a spreadsheet? Probably. Probably need to get more organized. Okay, do you guys want to go to a digital artist? I'm gonna let you guys help me pick. I don't really do direct the raids just because I like to vet people first, but do you guys want to go to a digital artist? Do you want to go to a traditional artist? Or a sculptor? I guess traditional and sculpting is similar, but like... Can't say you just got here. Hey Jason, how are you? It's a snowstorm. Yeah, we can do that one. That's a good one, Pyro. I need to make a raid call still. Anyone have preferences? Do you want to do... Yeah, vetting people is tough sometimes. Especially I'm trying to be relatively work safe. But just fair warning, as always, guys. Maybe lower the lower the volume a bit if you're not sure. You want a traditional, wait, a tradigital artist? Briblet, that is not helpful. If you guys don't have a preference, I'll just pick one. Let's go say hi to... You had a disaster raid a few times ago. Oh no, that is the worst. It wasn't me, it was... No, it wasn't. I doubt it was you, Opinion. Let's go say hi to... Snowway, it's a Casey raid. That's really good, Paradox Moose. I have a list. I have a list of raid calls. Guys, I'm so torn. I don't know which one to go to. This artist is so good. I think let's go support this artist I've been watching for a while. They're on day 57 of 100 days of drawing, and they're a digital artist, but we've never rated them. I think their art is really cool. It's very stylized, but super painty. Maybe some of you know them. It's Saroni, but we've never rated them before, so let's go say hi. I think they have beautiful work. I'm pretty sure most of the time I've been in there, it's pretty low-key and just painting and working, so I don't think it's going to be super not safe for work or anything. But let's go say hi, and I think we'll do the snowstorm raid for now, just because I have that one copied already. But I am going to add yours as well. Snowway, it's a Casey raid, is very funny. Yeah, I'm not above a cheesy pun. You all know this. But thank you all for sticking out through the raid too. You do get extra channel points for that, and also it's just really nice. It's a good look to go say hi and make another streamer's day with a big raid. So, yeah, if you can't do that one, just replace those emotes with something else that you'd like. You can do your raid call too if you have other emotes. I don't have a snow emote. I wonder if I should make a snow emote. We'll have to talk about emotes and stuff this afternoon, but because I have a bunch I need to make now. But thank you guys for being here. Hey, Cha! Oh my gosh, Chuck Curry, thank you so much for being here and lurking. I appreciate you. Cha's another amazing artist you should all follow. We're going to go say hi to Sonori. I've never rated them before, so we'll see how it goes. All right, I'll see you over there, guys. And welcome back at 4 p.m. if you want to come back for Character Camp. I'll see you there, okay? Bye-bye! Oh, wait, I can't hit the raid now. Hold on. Bye-bye!